we've seen some good character variety, but I think it's about time we see the Potemkin mirror show up on a stage. We've seen more fun in Madame.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's Monday Night Meat, Salty Boy. Big meaty men. The meatiest. Ready to bump some meat.
We know 3 options here. We have 5H, we have Flick, and we have Slidehead. This is the blunt rotation we're going around here. No one wants to approach the other.
This is what I live for, Monday Night Meat, and we're
there it is.
Potemkin Buster.
And Gup being the one to push the pressure immediately there with that Buster. But for fun, going to be spending all their meter going for that gigantic high mix there.
Look, I'm glad you're trying to be professional about this because I do not apologize for the man that this match is about to make me become. Alright, there's the flick.
Slide
head immediately.
That's a big hammer fall. Good block on the overhead.
Alright. Madame Gup still has detention available, but the back is broken into the RC, fully charged D, into the heat knuckle. No, it's the heat tackle.
Round start, Buster, no. Okay, we're just going to go for the air button, and that's been fancy there for fun. As we're just away with the start of this round, HPB guys, put your bets. How much damage is this going to do?
Not a lot, actually, but it's okay.
Yeah, not that much.
Gets the JH and tries to go for a re-jump there, trying to bait out that burst. 5D connects. Madame Gup holding on to it for dear life.
Okay, 6K coming through. Hammerfall. And I think we tried a Hammerfall in return, but just beating it out right there. What a game we play where we watch HPB do 30% of Madame Gup's health bar, and we say it wasn't a lot of damage. What a game we play.
True. That's very true, actually. And Potemkin does have a high defense modifier as well. And I love this. For fun and Madame Gup. Incredible names. All right, 2P right off the bat. Oh, a lot of it is going to be based off of that in that mid screen, right? It's going to be who can hit with the knife edge chop, the 5H versus the 6H.
Yeah, and that's why we saw it earlier, where you can tell that like both players didn't really want to get into each other's space, because this is what happens when you get hit by one of those buttons. As Madame Gup is just stuck here in the corner, having to eat this Garuda mix, and unfortunately, Potemkin, while being very oppressive in this version of the game, unfortunately does not really have a lot of options to really deal with his own offense when it comes to dealing with options like Garuda.
You know what the option is? Just pop us to the back.
That's true. That's true.
All right, going for that close slash. It's all about trying to get a few inches to take some miles. And there's another pot buster. Not going to RC this time because you can't kill off of it.
I think right now, too, I feel like Gup is playing very greedy when it comes to these busters as well. We're really just like hoping, like, oh my gosh, we're hoping that this buster hits. We're hoping that this button hits. While for fun, while maybe spending more resources with how they're playing, is playing a lot safer and not putting themselves into these really stark situations where it's like you get hit and now you spent all your resources going for a full screen buster, right?
Yeah, but also it's a Potemkin mirror match, and
That's true.
It's really funny to do that. Like, a lot of the rules go out the window
right.
when it comes to this matchup, right?
Like,
everyone is fishing for the Potemkin buster.
Like, I'm trying to make sense of the matchup, and I'm like, yeah, no, like, they're doing this, and they're doing this, and like, you know, maybe this isn't the best decision or whatever, and then you just hit me with, this is the Potemkin matchup, this is the Potemkin mirror, and I'm like, well, yeah, that's true. Like, I can't say anything against that, I'm folding.
No, but you are right. You have very great analysis here, Salty Boy. Right now, though, Madame Gup is struggling to get that offense started. The slide head is a great start after that 6H.
Right, Hammerfall late PRC for fun. Almost respecting it, but right there. Heat tackle will get us that wall splat, and Madame Gup is going to be sending for fun through the wall. This is a really good position to be in here.
Yeah, Madame Gup, all about that fork glory, you know what I'm saying?
Slide head into the heat tackle. Okay, yeah, you got a PRC back. We cannot just heat tackle straight into the Gigantic Kai like that.
Nice backdash too on the wild assault attempt. I love the way that Madame Gup actually jumped into the Gigantic Kai, right, to try and stay airborne to prevent any kind of Potemkin Buster mix-ups, and is going to be able to get the mortal counter into the hammer fall, closing out a round.
Here's the next round coming through. Slide head, going to get blocked. Playing outside the flick as well. 5H does get punished, but for fun, not close enough to get a real combo there. Just a little bit of small pack of damage here and there. But with that slide head, we will be getting into Madame Gup's vicinity. Another great backdash on that wild assault and the heat tackle to bring us back into our preferred range. Cheat Knuckle going to get the knockdown in the corner. 6K, no meter to back it up. Just opting to go for that 6K. And for fun, still stuck in the corner. We're seeing some jump outs, trying to get out here, but the Madame Gup is playing also at a range where it's difficult to try and escape, right?
Yeah, sure. But here we go. For fun is able to escape from the corner. Finally finds that 2K 2D up close with the Gerudo. Oh, what? Just do it again. Just do it again.
They weren't expected the second time.
All right, trying to jump in. Nice. There's the 5P anti-air. One of the best 5P anti-airs in the entire game. Throwing out that 5H, trying to chop that meat.
Chop the what?
The meat. Don't make me repeat myself again.
Okay, there's going to be the Mega Fist in, but the heat tackle and the response here from Gup will be putting themselves up in for fun space, and maybe to their deficit as for fun is able to lock Madame Gup in the corner, get a Buster of their own. Buster again as he's trying to use that 5P on a wake up, like getting us that wall splat, and the JP will close it out. Christmas weekend, and in a way of giving back to us, the commentators, and us, the audience, we're seeing Edel pop up with the Lucy, giving us quite the present early on. Okay, first being spent early on from Edel. But good job from Classified, pressing during that pressure, keeping ourselves out. Okay, hacking the system. Keep things going here. Edel still looking really good here in a neutral. Ooh, okay, yeah, that was a little scary. Edel going in for the dive, but Classified just out of that range, and now Edel kind of placing themselves into the corner with that one. Throw comes out, OTG, and that is going to be it with the 2P to close it off. Aggressive start here from Edel like before. Classified though, playing out of that range and getting the punishes when we can. Throw into the red RC to get that wall break. Not really worrying about the burst there because Edel was so close to getting burst back anyways, and we're just going to be baking in on that positive bonus here, and that's going to really help us out here in neutral on defense even as well. PRC being used from Edel very aggressively. Big counter hit as well. That should be a wall break on the side of Edel to hopefully try to bring things back. But Classified with 200 meter on the table does mean it's going to be quite difficult to really contest with that meter advantage that we have built up. Burst being used to try and push Classified into the corner. Now Classified on the same level as Edel when it comes to this resource game. Mind the 50 meter on the burst, but Classified still able to look as strong as ever here in a neutral as Edel, is able to get some decent hits here and there, but Classified just looking a lot more solid here in neutral. I think that's going to be the big game changer. Yeah, going into game number 2 now. See if anything ends up changing. Yeah, when Edel is able to get these big hits as well, we can really run away with the game with it once we start, using the super to hack and get those debuffs on Classified. But it's really hard kind of setting up these situations, right? 5K. Reversal comes out. Classified does get hit by it. Okay, gonna pop that super. Now we've got those debuffs here on Classified. Classified just not going to really worry about it too much here. As burst comes out from Edel. Classified just going to continue to press these buttons, not worried about the debuffs at all. We went for the TKBRC there, avoiding the low and able to threaten the high-low mix, the 50-50. Yeah, I couldn't even tell that was an airborne BRC either. It was so low to the ground. Unfortunately, Edel's really struggling to open up Classified as well. I did mention how neutral is a big game changer in this matchup, where I think Classified is playing him a little bit better. But you know, when Edel does have that advantage, it feels like we're just hitting a brick wall against Classified. But I say that, and yet Classified is very low on health, so Edel definitely is fighting those hits when we can, and we're just one touch away from death. But Edel, in a way, is also kind of in that same position here. Never mind, just going to just swing for the fences with that 2K and those 2 keys, keeping Classified at bay, able to take that round. RC keeping this pressure going. Once again, really struggling to open up Classified, but Classified, as we try to make our way out with that air dash, does get hit, and that is going to be a massive opening, exactly what Edel's looking for. And another big hit, counter hit, being emblematic of that, and that's just enough. We don't really have to commit to all that much more. Good stuff. Now we are sitting at a 1-1, so we finally have a set on our hands with this one as well. You know, as we get further into the bracket, I think we mentioned before, we're kind of coming up on those top 24 qualifiers, so yes, we better hope that we're going to be seeing some close games, some close sets.
I see the close games with some Lucy action as well, right? Again, the character very less traveled, not a whole lot of people playing her, so seeing anyone push this character forward is fantastic, and a great gold burst to kick things off.
Yeah, I think compared to the first game that Edel played against Classified, you can tell that Edel wasn't really as confident when it came to playing neutral against Classified, but now I think Edel is really starting to understand how to play against Giovanna, really starting to understand how we can sort of walk out Classified, set up these fences, and keep them at bay until we can build up those resources, build up those advantageous situations, try and open up Classified when we can.
Yeah, but look at this pickup, though. Got burst back right at the end, but no way that Edel was going to spend that, saving it here for the next round. All right, dash on in now. Going for the Wild Assault into the fully charged wire. Get that Stain State applied.
The super.
Oh, trying to charge the wire again, but that's a beautiful backdash from Classified. Still getting caught, though, into another super, just looping through the wall.
Oh, and there's a really cool BRC yet again. The TK BRC Classified has been using to great extent, and once again coming through here. But I don't know if it's going to keep us from, you know, living against this, as Edel is just going to pop that super, get the full animation, as I think Classified just out of this game.
Let's call it what it is. That's an insta-kill.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Ooh, but the speed, both these characters so fast. Giovanna, of course, having a little bit of an edge when it comes to those multi-hitting moves, right? Beautiful shimmy with the backdash into the 5H.
Classified took that last round personally. Look at the lead that we have so far. Another really cool TK BRC. I want to call them out when I see it, because I think Classified, Classified's like the only player that's really utilizing them as much as they are. Compared to the other players we've seen so far.
100%. Looking so incredibly clean with this, and now up 2-1 here in this set. I want to see it go to Game 5. I want to see more of this Lucy action.
Yeah, it's not every day you get to see this character, and I think that might be the last time we see this character in this bracket, as Edel is going to be locking into the Elphelt instead. Definitely can be seen as a bit more of a solid pick compared to Lucy, but I know Lucy's definitely a fan favorite.
This is cool too. This is cool because Elphelt is also a road that you don't see traveled as often, right?
Right.
Oh no, but it doesn't look like it's helping too much here at the moment. Classified actually looking stronger than ever.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like, you know, we're not going to be able to, you don't see Elphelt that often. We're probably not going to be seeing Elphelt for that much more, unfortunately, with how that round went there for Classified. And Classified going to continue to keep that offense going, but Edel finally able to play the game for just a little bit. Classified letting Edel think that as he just continues to keep in control in this round. Burst comes out there, and that's going to be a nice counter hit there up in the air against Edel to be able to get this wall break and get a lot of damage on the table as well.
Especially that hard knockdown, right? Even more offense coming your way. Is Edel going to try and go for a wake-up super? No, just goes for the wake-up backdash, and now is stuck in the corner once again. And that's it. That's it. What a confirm there. Catching those multi-hitting moves.
Variety show up yet again.
Here we are. We're going to jump right into it. Not too much character variety here at the moment. It's been a lot of a Ram tonight.
And we're probably going to be seeing a lot more if, you know, these two players are anything to go off of. Both very strong players with their respective characters. Slash low slash 2S, getting that counter hit and instantly going to that mortal bottom.
Dashing on in. Nice, gets the 2K and a pick up there with the close slash to close out the round. SQ not even having to spend the burst there either.
And we played that round like we were Season 1 Ram. What was going on right there?
Hey, sometimes sometimes you just have to revert to good old reliable, you know what I'm saying?
Right, right. Hey, Mortabato coming through. SQ to run rampant here.
Oh no, got caught actually trying to press on that 5D. SQ finally letting the burst pop here just to get right back in and be aggressive against the wall.
Yeah, immediately going to be spending that burst there on the side of Mouqui. Don't really have a lot of options left here, but we do get the hit from the top ropes with the flip and the red RC to extend this combo. That's going to be bringing us all the way to the corner, but no wall splat. So we're not able to get any meter in return.
The explosion is going to be enough to close out game number one. Another quick game one here, this time from SQ, but can she keep up that momentum? I mean, I want to see some competitive matches here, but it'd be pretty crazy if we start a train rolling of just constant 3-0s.
Right, I know that I've commentated some TNS events here for Stry, where it's like, we're getting 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, 3-2, and the night just like goes on forever. But, yeah, no, it would be definitely crazy if we're able to get 3 3-0s in a row like this, especially in the mirror here. Yeah, if this is anything to go off of, SQ is going to be continuing to run strong here against Mouqui. Backdashing, getting out of that explosion range, getting outside of that Rekka range, and that far slash, that JS going to be keeping Mouqui at bay.
Oh, that was an interesting little conversion there. Recognized that the close slash didn't launch high enough for anything really decent, so just went for the 5P.
5K with, but we just went for the 2K, and it did connect. 5P anti-air into the Rekka for the side slot. Really sick rooting there from SQ to take that round.
SQ again still has burst going into this next round, getting a clean whiff punish into the Daru pickup. And the wall splat too, so here comes the positive bonus.
Yeah, already a lot of health being taken from Mouqui right there. Jumping out of the explosion, getting hit by the 6H into the swords, the 214H. Doing some decent damage there to SQ. 5H counter hit though. RC to extend the combo, and that's going to be the burst finally coming out from Mouqui.
SQ just so clean with these counter pokes and these whiff punishes. Yet another game. Oh, hey, I spoke too soon.
Okay.
saved.
I really love how SQ2 is just weaving in these 5Ps and these JPs as well, as a way to check the opponent very quickly. And you want to with basically any character in the cast, but I do want to call out when I see it of just really smart mashes and knowing that, like, hey, you might not have enough time for a JK, for a far slash, a JS, but you do have time for a 5P or a JP to make sure that Mouqui stays there in the corner when we need it to be. Once again, 5P anti-air coming through yet again. SQ just really clean with it this round.
Taking skies also, just trying to look for some of those whiff punishes. And there it is, far slash whiff punish. Didn't quite get anything off of it, but is able to push Mouqui to the corner. That's a reward in itself.
Oh, but not quite reaching there with the 6H. Without the sword, we don't have that extended range. Still, though, SQ able to keep things in control, get that Mortal Bottle to get that wall break yet again. And what can you really do here if you're Mouqui? We do have 50 meter or 100 meter for, like, some reversal option. But without burst and SQ having so much health on the table, it was definitely going to be hard to work off out of that.
Okay, nice jump over into the 2K. No, that cross-up is so nasty. With the flip over, just catch you on the explosion. No, was that was an air IB.
That was an air IB. Really good stuff from SQ. Especially on the 214H like that. There's the burst coming out. Oh, and there it is, the counter pose that SQ has been just so good at. These punishes with these far slashes, seeing Mouqui whiff these 5Hs and just going right back in there for just chipping in at that damage over and over again. With double Millia, especially when it comes to actions per minute, this is going to be an incredibly frantic one.
Yeah, could possibly just be a quick game in general, like the ones that we have seen. Millia, of course, with the lowest effective health in the game, but boy, does she do damage in Season 4.
Yeah, especially if your opponent cannot block the mix, right? And
God, I know I can't block it.
Oh my god, the turbo fall Capel, that was nasty. If we had a little bit of meter right there, we could have just straight up killed in that moment. The CloverDragon still holding on for dear life, in a close slash anti-air is going to be bringing CloverDragon back into the game. TK Bad Moon, but instantly gets hit by the deflect shield, pushing them back. 2K 2D into the disc. Can we block this? No, we can't. The CloverDragon can't finish it off, and the Artemis, unfortunately, being caught in a bad time as He-Ho went for that PRC.
That was a great adjustment there as well with the PRC, recognizing that you weren't going to be able to actually 6P at that range, so just PRC running in and 6Ping anyway.
Yeah, that moment's like, okay, now you definitely know how to punish this move right there. CloverDragon, once again, put in a difficult position from round start. We've seen CloverDragon make these comebacks. We'll see if we can do that again.
Oh, whoa! The fastball and then the ID back JH. Okay, we're seeing some sick stuff here right now. But right now, He-Ho getting the cross up, trying to find that last hit, and the throw is going to do it for game one.
I really feel like this round, this matchup is like two kids showing each other their cooler stick. As like, I found the cooler stick. No, I found the cooler stick. Where it's like, you know, they're just in a race to show them, right, exactly, the cooler mix. And the opponent, you know, doesn't really have a good comeback to it. It's like, yeah, you have a cool stick, but, you know, my stick is cool too, in a different way.
It's like not about the size of the stick, right? It's about how you use it.
Exactly. Exactly. But here we go. We'll see if anything changes. He-Ho did take a game one, but CloverDragon was definitely fending for themselves in those previous rounds. I'll try to check in the 2P, but He-Ho just out of that range right there.
Oh, and the burst is going to get blocked. Nice pickup there. CloverDragon able to catch the counter hit with the JH as well.
CloverDragon still has burst on the table. Will its winger connect? No, it will not. We didn't press any buttons, and that's going to be a free punish here for CloverDragon to take their first round of this set.
ID in with the JS immediately after. Goes for the Wild Assault there, actually. Getting very confident here with this aggression.
Triple fall Capel. Actually, wall splash there with the Iron Savior. Not expecting that low. And Hiho getting sent through the wall with the super. That's going to be a positive bonus stay here for CloverDragon. And Hiho finally spending that burst is either spend that burst or die.
I just love the turnaround that we've seen here from CloverDragon, going for the Wild Assault there into the Bad Moon, scoring a perfect in the process and giving us our first 1-1 here so far of the night.
We gotta find our hands, folks. And yeah, no, one thing I really like from CloverDragon too is just how we're really abusing these Wild Assaults as well. Like you said, it is just really, it's a lot of confidence, right? Because you're using it aggressively and then expecting to not have to use burst later on. So, but I like how CloverDragon is using it just to make sure that we can keep that pressure going. And then once we have those plus frames, then we can just, you know, do whatever we want as Millia, right? We can just go for another mix, hopefully trying to open up the opponent.
It's cool because you don't see a whole lot of Millias doing that either. They don't really use blue Wild Assault unless it's like on hit to get the stagger.
Right.
Duel 1.
There we go. Straight into game number 3. First blood goes to CloverDragon, getting the burst out immediately.
That was really good stuff too as well. Just, you know, calling out that aggressive approach from Hiho and just opting for that jump back JS to get that counter hit.
Oh, 2S this time. Hasn't really been going low as often. Doesn't have the meter here to secure the kill.
Tampa, I mean, do we really have to worry about securing the kill at the moment, right? Hiho, so little health that, like, single just, you know, tickle on that block is going to be enough to take out Hiho in that instance.
Yeah, or just a single trade there. And again, Clover, I don't know what happened after the first game. CloverDragon just seemed to see the code in the Matrix here. Has been on full offense ever since, not giving Hiho a chance to even play.
Yeah, and Hiho also opting to use a lot of meter for FD as well. And I feel like we're also maybe using FD on some of the wrong moves as well because, you know, when sometimes you see CloverDragon opt for like Lush Shaker, and I think that's really the opportunity that you want to be using FD to just push back Millia. But Millia has just so many moves that kind of just ignores FD if you're using all the wrong ones. And because that we're just kind of spending our meter and not really getting a lot of reward out of doing so on defense.
Oh, but getting a lot of reward there on offense. Still just needs to find that final touch like before. Does get anti-aired by the 5P, and now back is up against the wall. Just has to find a single button press, 2P, anything.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
No
Into
way.
the throw?
No
OTG?
RC?
No.
Okay, that was
yeah,
a little
RC.
risky. Yeah, a little risky with no RC there from Hiho. Gave CloverDragon another opportunity to come back. Oh, but saying Brain Cell there at the start with the quick dash.
Yeah, probably just came down to that muscle memory right there with the throw into the disc. Okay, there's that Wall Assault from CloverDragon yet again, and using it to great effect here. We don't have any more burst on the table though, so we're just going to have to take this combo as Hiho is going to be sending CloverDragon through the wall and be able to match that meter here from CloverDragon. Use the RC to get in. Good usage of the Artemis to avoid the Lush Shaker in the throw. Catches Hiho on the approach.
And it's going to be blocked here. The winger does have the RC to land immediately into the low. The CloverDragon finally gets caught by that JH. Another mix-up coming with the air throw. Where do you think you are going?
Oh, the burst comes out. In the backdash, avoiding the 5K, but Hiho immediately opting for that TK Capel right there to end up taking it over CloverDragon. A really close final round right there to take game number 3. And now Hiho on set point, but CloverDragon definitely has been looking a lot better here, especially in those final 2 rounds, the game before that. So we could potentially be seeing our first 3-2.
And that Capel was nasty too. It's really difficult to figure out what side it's going to hit. I feel like a lot of times the Millia players don't even know. They just throw it out.
Yeah, it's just so hard to counter too, right?
All right. Able to catch. Trip up there on that 2K. Nice dash and counter hit. Still in the range for the far slash.
Nice. Looking like CloverDragon's round to win here. No mirror, so we can't close it off just yet. And instead, actually not even opting for the wall break right there. Just letting Hiho bounce right off.
Just looking for that one last touch. There it is with the JH. A perfect CloverDragon trying to take this all the way to game 5.
He went for that same round start yet again with that JS, but I do like how Hiho went for the delayed approach this time with the Capel to be able to even avoid the JS, but still push our advantage.
Oh, the fast fall is going to get called out. Backdash into a close slash blow up. CloverDragon again with that wild assault. Actually, the best situation Hiho was in after getting hit in the air by it, right? Just getting sent back to a really bad situation for CloverDragon's Oki.
Right. All right, save your RC into the disc, and now even up in rounds here.
Set point for Hiho, though. No burst going into this next round.
Oh, both going for that grounded approach. I think CloverDragon is maybe expecting Hiho to take up to the air, see what we do, and then go for like an anti-air close slash. But, you know, grounded close slash works as well. Good jump to avoid any pressure off that Capel, but Hiho still able to find the combo, and no burst being spent from CloverDragon. CloverDragon just going to let Hiho have it.
Trying to chase down. There it is. Fastball into Capel. Getting a nice little pickup. 2K2D. Burst finally comes out, but is it too little, too late? It just might be. Oh,
the 6H though broke the wall. Immediately spends the super, maybe trying to go for a wild chip out there from CloverDragon, sending it. JH counter hit.
To the immediate knockdown. Okay, using the deflect shield to create a little bit of space. A little bit of breathing room. Jumps into the 6P though.
6P, we gotta worry about that 100 meter that we have on the table. The volatile comes out, but doesn't do anything. CloverDragon gave the throw. That should be disc set up. Still gotta worry about the YRC does come out. And Hiho still able to keep things.
Starting to see those character specialists pop up. The Elphelts, the Lucys, now the Zato.
Duel 1.
Yeah, it's been a while since Zato has really just been like the big boogeyman of the game, right? Remember when Zato was like, what, top 3 in the game?
Yeah.
That was a while ago, but not anymore. But still, though, you know, he can be a very strong character when the right player is playing him, and that is exactly what Calamari is choosing to represent as we just dominate that the opening portion of this first round here against GSL.
Setting up the
super
sword as well.
Refill Eddie.
Oh, here comes the Ediless pressure too. A good Zato is definitely quantified by their Ediless pressure, and Calamari's pressure is phenomenal.
Yeah, Eddie's pressure, and also I think too, it really comes down to also their movement without Eddie as well, because a lot of times too, it feels like as Zato, you're kind of waiting for Eddie to come back. But this is one of the difficult things about this matchup here as well, is that that flash kick just instantly kills Eddie. It's like a nuke button on that character. And sometimes you're okay with taking a little bit of damage if you're able to nuke Eddie in a situation like that. As GSL is going to be returning the favor here against calamarikurusu, getting a really strong start to this round as well. Super comes out, but we don't have the mirror for the RC, and we're just going to go for the fully charged dust because we don't really have a lot of really damaging options here against GSL without Eddie or any mirror on the table either.
Oh! Baits out the flash kick as well, the invite hell, but GSL finally spending that burst. Nice poke with the 2S. What kind of route are we going to get here? Behind the back? No, not quite, staying mid-screen and just going for the sandwich pressure.
Yeah, and that invite hell is going to be the big bread and butter when it comes to Zato, and especially when we don't have Eddie. It can be used as a frame trap, it can be used as a way to just poke from afar, and it's also used as a way to, like we saw right before, to poke safely against the opponent. And if it does connect, we're getting some damage, we're able to keep that pressure going as we're able to get, you know, some sort of knockdown, soft knockdown usually, right? But if we have some meter, maybe we can convert off of that as well.
All right, there's the immediate burst. Just needs to get out of the corner, get a little bit of breathing room, gonna break the wall, just a little bit of teensy bit here to get the wall break. Straight into the sword.
Straight into the sword to keep that Eddie gauge full. I'm just gonna go for the drills right there. Dust comes through, is able to extend it with the frog, and then we just go for the super yet again. We're going to be looping this offense. It seems drills here. No dust this time. Instead, just going to go for a regular jumping overhead.
Oh, and the overhead is going to connect with that tumble. Didn't super, though. There was no burst to bait, but GSL still going to be able to close out the round.
Oh. I'll never get over how big that flash kick is.
It's so
yeah.
crazy.
One thing I really like about Calamari too is how we're weaving in the H follow-ups for Eddie as well, setting up that wall, getting ourselves that invulnerability when GSL opts to go for these Sonic Booms or Fireballs, and also when we opt to go for our Flash Kicks as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's good decision-making, right? Just you need to keep Eddie alive as much as possible to survive in this matchup. There's the deflect shield. Eddie gets killed right on summon, but a beautiful 5P into RC. Sad that the combo dropped so soon.
Yeah, 2S, Eddie coming through. Good block there on the frog. And we just jump right on over the drills, not having to worry about that at all. And I like how GSL is also using that back turn P, one of the strongest anti-airs in the game. If you can use it very fast, and it just completely smokes people out when they are in the air. Red RC, that should be enough to extend it to get this kill. And GSL has evened up the round count.
Yeah, beautiful RC, smoking Calamari for sure. But now, like you said, tied up. Calamari still looking very strong here. GSL wasn't winning in an overwhelming sense, right? It's been competitive back and forth so far, but GSL was doing a much better job this time at keeping Eddie down as much as possible. That is the key thing. Eddie is the linchpin to Zato's offense. So if you can keep Eddie away, Zato becomes a fraction of a character.
Right. Yeah, keeping Eddie away off the table, killing Eddie when you can. And also, you know, another big thing too is, you know, pushing that offense when Eddie is gone, right? That's another thing I like about GSL is, like, you know, when we see Eddie's gone, we're immediately like going right in, like we're seeing right there. We are just pushing on that gas pedal. We're not pulling any of those brakes here at all. And you do not, because you do not want that Eddie to come back, because this is what happens when Eddie comes back, as we're able to get all this damage from that combo and able to send GSL through the wall like that.
Over the YRC, block in top, and just a 5H punish. Calamari with a damn near perfect. Even better though, keeping burst gauge going into this next round for a rainy day.
Another thing too is how we called back Eddie as well, right? Because YRC does just completely nuke Eddie. So that's like another thing that, you know, Zato's really had to struggle with, is that even if they don't have, even if they're not pressing buttons, their simple defensive YRC puts Zato into a losing situation.
Luckily, at least for Zato now, right? If you YRC, unless I'm going insane, it does just start regenerating the bar at where it was at.
Yeah.
So that is a huge buff. The Eddie uptime is so much higher in this season. That's why you're seeing so many more Zato players come back, break the lull to get the other side with the oppose.
Hey, just calling back that A to recover the gauge when we can, and sending GSL through the wall. Oh, sure, yeah, go for the air throw right there. What are you doing? Hanging up there with that flight. Calamari still not dead just yet, though. The OTG was not enough, and Calamari takes that game over GSL by the skin of their teeth.
Just absolutely diabolical offense that we're seeing here. Calamari playing Zato like that twirly mustache villain who puts girls on the train tracks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Stuff here.
Yeah, it's like, you know, GSL is gonna wake up the next day, and you know, GSL just tied up with rope on the train track. TP and the Eddie to extend the combo. Is that immediately wall break? Yeah, it is. But, you know, also you have to kind of wonder, was that even the correct decision? Because now we don't have that Eddie gauge anymore. So GSL has the prerogative to try and force our way in, where some really smart usages of Invite Hell does keep GSL at bay just long enough to where we can recover that Eddie gauge.
Yeah, one thing I really do love, outside of Rod Shark coming in with the $10 into the match arena, thank you so much. I love the fact that when Calamari ends up losing Eddie, it's not always just going with the offense, right? It's recognizing that Leo does struggle against zoners, and Zato's got some decent zoning tools even without Eddie with things like that Invite Hell.
Right, exactly. Especially with the fact that Invite Hell is also grounded too, kind of abuses the fact that GSL is going to be approaching from the ground for the most part. And if we choose to go for these air approaches, you know, Zato does have an incredible 6P that he can just hammer out and get a combo off as well.
Oh, we gotta figure out a way to hammer ourselves out of this situation. Straight through the wall with the pizza cutter. That's a hard knockdown. GSL now with a massive life lead.
Wires being used from Calamari though. And now we're just using Eddie to push GSL into the corner. Breaking the law for just a little bit. Invite Hell staying active for just long enough to be able to keep GSL stuck there for a little bit.
Yeah, and unfortunately the back turn pressure was just a little too deadly, a little too potent here. Calamari has to fight their way out of the corner once again. Able to score the back throw, swapping the side into the sword on the clash. You gotta be kidding me.
Oh no,
Oh,
we don't have enough either for the FD to stay alive. Calamari had the right idea, but unfortunately did not have the mirror because he spent it on the sword, expecting it to wall break.
Oh my god, the only way Calamari could have survived that was by immediately going for burst, but opted to just hold on to it here. Now has the life lead at the moment.
Yeah, this throw and the DP bait is a massive. Burst comes out on the Eddie. That's really smart burst timing there, just to make sure that we kill Eddie. Do that 2-for-1 right there.
Remember, this is a top 24 winners qualifier. A lot on the line here. There's the run through. Overhead's going to be blocked this time. Great movement that we're seeing from Calamari, just trying to create space.
Another smart usage of the fireball as well to kill Eddie when we try to play aggressive. But Calamari knows when to play defensive as well as we set up the wall, follow up, and that should be enough as we take a giant fight out of GSL's health bar to close off that set.
Break the law is such a cool move. It's so cool. I know it functionally is like similar to Millia's quick dash or command dash and Happy Chaos's roll.
On paper, it just seems so bad. Goldlewis players make it look in their favor all the time.
They do. They really do. I mean, this matchup isn't actually bad for Goldlewis. I don't think it ever has been.
No,
He's
it hasn't.
pretty good at getting in on Chaos or challenging a lot of Chaos's offense. And especially, you know, you mentioned before when Chaos was on screen, he doesn't have any defensive tools. And not Happy Chaos, Goldlewis is overwhelming offense.
Right. And also, like, a big thing, too, is that even if we're getting zoned out, even if we're having to deal with the pressure, you know, as Goldlewis, you're basically getting a free I'm in option with your level 3 drone, right? Like, after a certain point, it's like, okay, you just pop drone and then suddenly you're the one winning in neutral. And Lasagna Slayer, of course, can always go for the burn down there with the orbital laser to bring Kriby up into their face to try and establish pressure of their own with a super to back them up. Kriby moving the BRC into the tap dust and ends up working there as Lasagna Slayer not going to be blocking overhead.
Yeah, Tampa Dust going to catch everyone at least once, or in the case of people fighting Happy Chaos, plenty of times. One of his most potent mix-up tools. But the curse is applied, and now you're locked down in the corner unless we spend that white wall assault to escape.
Yeah, but now we don't really have any burst right now. I guess maybe we're just waiting to see if the wall break is going to be getting us close back up to that. Here we go. We do have that level 3 security gauge, so we do have some options where we can get Happy Chaos off for us right now.
And nice, a 6B into the knockdown. Catching the backdash with a big overhead.
And that should be enough right here. I think with the Deus Ex Machina, that should be enough hits to chew through those guts, and that is going to be enough as, yeah, Kriby taking game number 1 over Lasagna Slayer.
Looking incredibly strong here so far. Can we keep up that consistency? Once again, another top 24 qualifier match here. We're currently starting to fill it out. I can actually let you all know that Kreeg, Classified, Jack, SQ, and RedIAmNot are all currently sitting in top 24.
Are we even surprised with some of these players? Like Jack is like, you don't even have to mention Jack. You just say he's in the bracket, and it's like,
Jack,
oh yeah, he made top 24.
he makes top 8. That's just Jack.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, we're not playing for top 8. We're playing for top 7. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Jack is not getting sent to losers unless he sleeps in or something.
Anyways, here, Lasagna Slayer definitely making, showing us what we were talking about before, where it's like, you know, Goldlewis, once he's able to get that offense going, you know, Happy Chaos really then starts to struggle. Oh, sorry, Happy Chaos really starts to struggle here, as Lasagna Slayer is going to be taking that first round in game number 2. Air throw, really good.
Chat saying that looked almost Jack-esque of Kriby there. That's dangerous close to Jack Kirby, you know what I'm saying? Shouts to the GOAT. But here we go, Deus Ex Machina. Gonna break the wall once again for that positive bonus, but also giving Lasagna Slayer a massive chunk of burst back.
So we will have that burst available, and Lasagna Slayer immediately using it once they got it, burning it down. And that's going to be the deflect shield being used at just the right moment to push Lasagna Slayer out and create that space so we can set up the gunshot. And that is going to be it. Kriby not having to spend that super at all, just going for the single punch to take Lasagna Slayer out. Even things up yet again. Here's the curse being applied from around the start, and we're able to get some knockdowns early as well.
Kriby is able to actually take this. We're going to have 3 Happy Chaoses in top 24 winners side. And that trade is so unfortunate. The mortal counter on Kriby's side, able to combo it into a Deus Ex.
Lasagna Slayer, bring it home. Don't let me see 3 Happy Chaoses on top 24.
Suddenly,
we're going to be here all night.
The prospect of 3 Happy Chaoses has now immediately caused us to turn on Kriby.
Still, though, you can't hate how well Kriby is playing right now. That's going to be 2-0 over Lasagna Slayer. You know, I salute you, Soldier Lasagna Slayer. You know, better, maybe you can take out some Happy Chaoses on loser's side. I'm just kidding. But Kriby, with that 2-0 lead, it is definitely going to be tough for Lasagna Slayer to bring it back, especially once again, like I said, with how well Kriby has been playing in this set. But, you know, Lasagna Slayer has made top 8 before, made top 8 last week. Can definitely make top 8 again, maybe from winner's side, maybe from loser side, whatever it may be. Lasagna Slayer wants to be able to take out Kriby right now. Reverse 3-0s on the table, maybe, maybe not.
Oh, nice. Immediately sending out, burn it down.
I like how we play aggressive right there, just running right under Kriby so we could be able to get some corner control. But I think Lasagna Slayer was going for the high damage combo instead of trying to keep Kriby in the corner. So dropped it at the end there and was not able to kill. But with the JD, that will be enough, as there's not really a lot that Happy Chaos can do against a giant button like that, even with his fantastic 6P, his fantastic anti-airs. Unless he has that curse applied, we can just shoot Goldlewis out of the air.
Nice jump over, setting out the drone. Gets the 2P, but oh, the drone actually messes up the conversion. Tragedy striking here for Lasagna Slayer. That was a massive opportunity for them.
Well, I did mention before that we don't really have the best options to deal with a big one like JD, but Kriby just did right there as we smoked it with Lasagna Slayer in the corner, and Kriby just going to hammer in how bad of a situation Lasagna Slayer is in right now. Positive bonus on their side. We can just continue to zone out Lasagna Slayer without really having to commit to all too much.
Now it is set point here for Kriby, trying to cash in that ticket to top 24 winners side. The J2K is going to be blown up, though, by the 2P, and getting an immediate burst out of Kriby. Knows how dangerous it is to give Lasagna Slayer an ounce of momentum.
Oh, but unfortunately 6P is going within that time. That could have potentially been very big there for Lasagna Slayer, but instead, this is going to be a massive swing back into Kriby's favor. Even with that burst here, Kriby getting so much meter from this positive bonus is what's going to be scary. Tampa finds the hit with the air behemoth into the burn it down, flipping to the other side, and Kriby not blocking the cross up.
Oh, there's the YRC, and just swinging again, another big one. Lasagna Slayer getting a number on the board.
Yeah, maybe this will be the start of that reverse at 3-0. Definitely looking close there, but Lasagna Slayer bringing him back, swinging at the fences with the behemoths to take that final KO. And now we have a game. Finally, we have a set finally here between these two players. Let's see what this round start is going to turn out to. If Kriby's able to get that round start, it's over, Goldlewis, bros. It's over.
Don't gap Lewis no more. And these trades too. Lasagna Slayer just can't seem to find the gap to be able to press out of this offense. Completely locked down in the corner now, going for a little bit of a shimmy, but there it is. Ooh, 6P.
Yeah, you don't see 6P used as a counter poke that often because it's so vertical and not horizontal. I wonder what we're trying to catch there. Maybe the far slash from Happy Chaos.
Possibly, or even a 6S, right? That sucker punch. But he's going to get caught by the J2K here. Now, once again, Kriby in the driver's seat. Doesn't have enough for a Deus Ex Machina here, but still, this corner pressure is scary. Oh! Bro, flash with his head!
Okay, just going for the Skyfish. Skyfish yet again. Just trying to take some of that meter away from Lasagna Slayer, so we don't have that 100 meter to use from a full screen like that, but it doesn't really matter too much, I suppose. The burn down comes through. Lasagna Slayer really winning this round. And we take it. We have the advantage. We can hopefully try to chip out Kriby here. But Kriby also has the same idea. And the Skyfish in return.
Says, I got a gun too.
Bro, Skyfish working as a counter zoning option against Happy Chaos's gun? What world are we living in?
Here we go, sent straight through the wall. 2K, 2D. Overhead yet again. Into the drone. That's going to be the wall break. What a massive lead here for Lasagna Slayer. Crumble. If Kriby is able to find some good shots into the curse after this combo, which he most definitely will. But no, actually, we're just going to pop the Deus Ex Machina. So no curse, but we will refill those bullets. And we will have that meter advantage. Super comes out. That was a safe jump. So the red RC has to be used to stay safe in that situation. Skyfish coming out. Oh, and nice. There's the throw.
Still a burst. I'm going to spend it. And we're not. Kriby's trying to bait it out. Oh, GG, not enough. Oh, will be enough there with the 2K.
Look, chat, there's a reason why you don't see Skyfish come out too often, all right? It's because it takes $400,000 to fire that weapon for 12 seconds, you know? Oh, but there's the White Wild Assault.
Oh my god, we're...
You finally pressed!
Dude. I love to see that Behemoth Typhoon pressure specifically. We just go for the what input is that? That's the 369, right?
369? I mean, damn, it is fine, but that one is the 268.
Okay, wait, yeah. Oh yeah, 268.
I mean, you know, it's not quite a low though.
Right. It's not a low, but it's like plus.
But we can get low.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
All right, backdashing there at the start. Interesting to backdash at the start from Lasagna Slayer. Maybe worry about something like 6K or 6S there around start. Oh, but the 2K catching.
Machina being used there. Interesting. Just going for the JP to go for that lockdown pressure. Is that going to hit? Yes, it will. Down with the system. Getting across up with the air behemoth as well. Opting to go for the Skyfish. Sets up the drone now. And now you have to respect that as Happy Chaos.
Oh, nice with the far slash. Oh, whoa, the 6P whipping. That was huge. And massive round there for Lasagna Slayer. Able to turn everything around. And now, for the first time in this set, is at the lead. And it's set point.
Wait, guys. We might have 2 Happy Chaoses in top 24 here. Lasagna Slayer on a roll here. Okay, but gets opened up by the tap dust. That's not good. Just go for the 5P wall break. Needs to refill those boosts somehow, though.
What an IB in the air. Able to punish the 6S with a throw up on landing. Deus Ex Machina now. Positive bonus. Refill the bullets.
But that will give Lasagna Slayer that burst back if we want to use it. Kriby is just going to go for the Deus Ex Machina yet again, though. So with this low life total, I think Lasagna Slayer really wants to bank on taking this round win here instead. Wants to save for the next one, but if we know anything about Goldlewis, we know that a single combo can be enough to kill even with this amount of health left. But unfortunately will not be the case as Kriby brings us to a final game, final round. Lasagna Slayer going on the offensive there, running right in, trying to score a hit with that button right there, but unfortunately not going to connect. First comes out from Lasagna pretty early, going for the low-level Skyfish, and the drone connects as a Kriby falls right back into it.
Oh, it catches the backdash, baits out the burst as well. Take your vitamins and say your prayers. Are you alive?
No, he's still alive. Kriby's still alive, but maybe not for long here. YRC comes out, curse being applied, respecting the Skyfish, and that will run down that curse timer as well. Very significant. No more curse on Lasagna Slayer anymore. Tap Dust does connect. That's going to be sending Kriby, that's going to be sending Lasagna Slayer through the wall if we choose to. We're going to go for some wall slump pressure.
The jump scare with the super into the PRC Lasagna Slayer. You know what? We spoke too soon. Gap Lewis, baby. Gap Lewis is still here to stay. Bring the Lucy in. I kind of get it also. I feel like Zato, while he can struggle dealing with Millia's offense, has pretty good options to cover the skies. Leap is really good for preventing Millia from just flying around everywhere. So bringing out Lucy, who's a little bit more footsies based, I like it. I like the idea.
And I don't even know why I thought Leo in the first place, because Walter doesn't even play that character. But here we go. Right now, Walter having to deal with that Eddie mix, but Eddie now is gone, so Walter's going to take the prerogative and take that opportunity to approach here.
Oh,
counter hit, that's big. Eddie disappearing as well, catching Calamari the instant we choose to bring out Eddie. I guess it won't matter too much because we will be getting at the Eddie at the end of this combo, but let's see what we have here in store as Calamari has to fight quite the battle here. Tries to go for that 6P, but Walter not going to get punished at all for any mid-lines that they chose to grasp.
Yeah, Walter's being really tricky with this offense too, delaying the wire and also going for the wire cancels just to keep Calamari on their toes. But you gotta be careful now. In the corner, might get zeroed if you're not careful. Oh, nice with the DP.
Into the throw. Throw yet again. Things are looking good here for Walter. YRC going to push us at a really good range so we can pop Eddie safely. Eddie still dies, but it's okay because we have Calamari here to back up that approach. And Walter trying to go for these anti-airs, getting smoked.
Yeah, one of the big downsides of her DP is that it doesn't have a really large horizontal hitbox, right? So you have to be very on point with where you're calling it.
Yeah, and I feel like Dota 2 really abuses that too because of how low he goes to the ground when he goes for these aerial overheads like that.
Oh, but there's the immediate burst trying to stay aggressive. 5D with the meat tenderizer.
Hey,
Beautiful.
Yet again. Walter really loving to use that option there and has been working to great effect. As you can see, Walter with the lead, finding the throw, and should be able to pop the super right here.
Yep, not enough though to get the flat line. Does score the hard knockdown though, and beautiful frame kill there with the JP into the throw. Walter, 2 Lucy's tonight. And this is what happens when, you know, we get to sit on a patch for a while. Lets players really explore other characters, and now we're getting more of that Lucy.
Yeah, I was almost confident that we weren't going to be seeing any more Lucy's for the rest of the night, but I always love to be proven wrong here, as Walter is looking pretty darn good with this character. That's 1 game up on the board over our character specialist, our resident Zato player here with Calamari.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
All right, R slash right off the bat. And the leap, what a pickup. Yeah, if you're going to burst anywhere there in the first round, that was the place to do it. Prevent Calamari from getting the wall break and the positive bonus, but it's going to happen whether you like it or not.
Yeah, and because the Eddie Gauge is going to be recovering pretty fast here, not really a need to go for the Sword Super, instead going for the damage, and Walter is going to be going down as Calamari takes that perfect. Next round. Doesn't pull out Eddie just yet. Finally pulling out Eddie and able to get the combo off of the air throw with the frog follow-up. 6H going to be sending Walter through the wall, but we have a lot of time to kill before Eddie comes back. So Walter taking that opportunity to try and approach Invite Hell, buying us a little bit of time, and now Eddie is back here.
Oh, there's the YRC.
Use it, and YRC does create the opportunity for Calamari to be able to take Eddie out safely. Whoa. And realizing that Walter really loves to just press on their offense with options like the DP, you go set up the H wall with Eddie to eat that hit and take that win. A near perfect for Calamari yet again, as we really just controlled that second game.
Yeah, and able to tie things up 1-1 here. Oppose, even this deep into the game, still one of the strongest, if not the strongest tool in Sato's arsenal. Both offense and defense, just so devastating.
Yeah, with a character that, you know, has these big buttons like Lucy, right? One of the biggest things that you gotta really play around is like being able to set up Eddie safely, because of how she can safely poke at Eddie at so many ranges. So I really like what we're seeing with these YRCs from Calamari to create that distance and also find a way to, you know, get out of that Lucy pressure, to kind of 2-for-1-ing it. Calamari still playing so well, even without Eddie here. Invite Hell, and ending with Invite Hell means that, you know, we're really getting that wall break right there. So we still have Walter in the corner, baits out that YRC, and Calamari continues to take yet another round here, looking so strong. Walter has yet to really bring back elements of that first game against Calamari just yet.
Yeah, it was really great decision making there not to actually break the wall. Positioning is sometimes more important than getting a positive bonus. Oh, but nice dash up with the 5K. Walter fully charging the mono wire. Gonna go for the mono wire cancel here. That's what's really tricky, what I'm really liking.
Into the throw, extends it with the frog, and that is going to be the wall break with the Invite Hell this time. Into the sword toss. Fully refilling that Eddie Gauge, so we will have it available after this wall break situation, using the drills to keep him at bay, but that's going to be the DP yet again from Walter. BRC back, buying us some time. Eddie is back once again. Going for the A fall up there. Oh, and the drills actually catch Walter as we attempt to dive down.
Oh, Invite Hell again. Nice with the dash up. Punish on that 2K. Oh,
Back
but the
blocks out the burn.
slide.
Unfortunate timing from Walter as Calamari PRC'd at just the right moment to catch it. Calamari now really yet to be in a losing position against Walter in these past 2 games. I think that's the point. Oh, I was about to say, like, at this point, I feel like maybe Walter wants to consider switching back to the Millia, but no, instead, we're going to be really locking into the Lucy here. And, yeah, it's going to be Lucy for the rest of the set, even if Walter takes a game.
I am a fan of just locking into the road less traveled here. Lucy is such a cool character. And she might be a little straightforward, but I think she's pretty good, just if you have strong fundamentals.
Hit with the meat tenderizer, the Amp Dust. Amorphous going to come out now. Gain that damage. Eddie's going to be refilling. Going to have it immediately at this wall break situation.
Nice pick up there with the 2S. Going to go ahead and set up the Stain State or the Short Circuit.
Uh-oh. Super. Going to do the most damage. This is super not known to do a whole lot there. The BRC back into the JD.
Oh, trade right off the bat there. Actually, big win for Walter to score that knockdown. Oh, trying to dash up with the 2H. Interesting. Again with the 2H, just trying to cancel it to the mono wire, but ran head first into a burst bait.
Oh, now what do you do in this situation? Command and grab. You feeling that Eddie gauge? Continue to poke away at Walter's health, and that is going to be the set. Calamari 3-1 over Walter, and now Calamari is going to be Arzato.
Any money in the match room goes out to paying the players. TNS takes absolutely zero of it. So here we go. We are going to take a lot of pleasure, though, in this match that's coming up.
Duel 1.
Goldlewis mirror. We're back
The
here,
birthday
baby.
train.
I'll say that name definitely threw me off a little bit. RedIAmNot naming themselves Nubenheimer here.
That's crazy.
Clash. RedIAmNot going to be winning that post clash, and Lasagna Slayer just often spend that burst. 6P go to connect. Being out with the dust, and that is going to be the win here, going to RedIAmNot for that first round.
Red, so incredibly strong.
Well taught from round start, getting themselves into a really solid situation here. And catching Lasagna Slayer there, that's going to be a lot of damage off of a behemoth starter like that.
Wow, fully churned on the down with the system as well. Seeing a lot of red. All right, deflect shield, but yeah, Goldlewis just has so much reach that even deflect shield doesn't push him out far enough.
Right. Yeah, even with the deflect shield, you still got to worry about the potential of the behemoth still reaching, as we saw right there. But yeah, a good
Behemoth
game.
is white the move. An ignorant move, to say the least, but I love it.
Incredibly ignorant. It's like I mean, it really is just if you gave Garuda on like every, like you gave, like, he just has far-reaching Garuda. That's kind of what you want to think of it like. Hey, Lasagna Slayer going to be the one taking the first blood this time, as RedIAmNot spends that burst, knowing that that was going to be doing a huge chunk of their health bar. And same goes to Lasagna Slayer here. It's like, yeah, no, I know this is going to do a whole lot. I cannot let that happen.
Oh, but great avoidance. RedIAmNot just so smooth with it here. And now keeping this pressure up, gets the 2D, OTG with the behemoth. And gets the JK, the fuzzy, and the round.
Players looking pretty even on that burst gauge, both starting with the same round, start trading to start us off. And RedIAmNot actually going to be the one to draw the first blood on this round. That health bar is blood red on the side of Lasagna Slayer. And unfortunately, because we use that 50 meter on the white wall saw, it does mean that's going to be taking us quite a bit of time before we get that burst back. Probably not going to be fast enough, because a single hit like that is going to be sealing the deal, putting the red ink to the paper, as RedIAmNot is now 2-0 over Lasagna Slayer in a quick turn of events.
Trying to sign that ticket into top 8 winners side. Only one game staying away, or between RedIAmNot, I should say, and that top 8. They just have to close it out here. Can they make it a 3-0 victory?
I mean, probably. Yeah, like we were talking about how some of the other rounds were super quick, like other sets were super quick, like the pop mirror. Some people were saying like that was super quick, but RedIAmNot is just like showing that Goldlewis can do so much more damage than the rest of the cast when we find these big behemoth starters. Okay, overhead. Overhead yet again.
Okay, just behemoth after behemoth after behemoth. Help! Help!
Lasagna Slayer is fighting for his life. Red, break him up! Break him up!
Oh, somebody please put a stop to this.
What are we supposed to do?
Lasagna Slayer has spent like 30 seconds sitting in the corner.
What do? We don't have any more FD. Fight back, I guess.
Anything, please.
We're seeing the same thing, Electric Boogaloo here, but instead in Lasagna Slayer's favor, as RedIAmNot is going to be taking the big chunk to their health bar, and instead going for a lot of sky fishes here, hoping to find at least one lucky hit, but no dice. We're still alive.
Lasagna Slayer is saying, "How does it feel, huh?" A little taste of your own medicine. But Lasagna still not out of the woods yet. RedIAmNot with the immediate punish there on the wild assault attempt.
Oh my god. The amount of damage we're just doing on block right here is enough to be a full combo. Lasagna Slayer now just really just one touch away. I mean, one good hit from RedIAmNot, maybe a good Behemoth Star will be enough to take us to top 8 on the side of RedIAmNot. I think that is it.
And it absolutely is. RedIAmNot moving on into top 8 on the winner's side of the bracket here. An absolutely dominating performance. No surprise to see from a player like Red. Again, a week later, Joe Brownie needs no introduction. One of the best Jacko players out there right now.
Yeah, and the character variety is just going to continue to keep going on here as we see that Faust versus the Jacko. And right now, Lurry is trying their best to kill these robots when you can.
I like just the sub fight, right? You have Jacko and Faust obviously fighting each other, but then you got to think about the mini Faust versus the minions.
Right. Set to the Afro, get the explosion off. Just getting smacked by these minions. Now sent to the corner. That's going to be the wall break. Super should connect here. Yeah. It's going to be a good amount of damage as well. This Super is known to do quite a lot. Look at those. Still has lots of resources on hand with Scarecrow, with the PRC. Finding that opening against Joe Brownie.
Oh, and the 2D connecting, yeah. First hit from Joe Brownie, didn't want to get sent through the wall. Believes with the tension they have that they still have a chance to take this, and they absolutely do.
Yeah, that wall assault is known for going very far, but unfortunately Lurry was not close enough to make it connect. And I will say, like, so far Lurry has had some pretty darn good item luck. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to take us to the win in that previous round, but maybe we can take us to the win in this round, as we still have that Afro on Joe Brownie. It looks like we're not going to be having the Afro for that much longer, though, as Joe Brownie is going to be sending Lurry through the wall and putting themselves in a very, very good situation. Good positioning here.
Oh, another minion call. Doesn't quite bait out the burst, but tried to for sure. And another! The deflect on the minion. Absolutely gruesome play here by Joe Brownie.
These deflects are so smart from Joe Brownie, using it so much. I think this might be the most I've ever seen a Jacko use it in, in just one game like that. But every single time we use it, I see we're just getting immediate reward, because Faust has some very big buttons. If he wants to try and poke, if he wants to try and kill these minions the moment they come out, well, suddenly now you're going to be put into a disadvantageous situation, as now Joe Brownie is the one that's able to kind of push that advantage forward, as now you're kind of stuck in that stun state.
And Joe Brownie is so smart, really high fight IQ here. Absolutely.
Yeah, once again, there it is.
Just despicable use of these minions.
It's like, you want to press buttons? No, you cannot. And you got Lurry here double guessing himself here, as like, do I kill the minion here? Do I let it live?
Another one out. I like the rising JP. Ooh, getting the meteors. That's a huge pull there for Lurry. Able to get in for free, circumvent neutral, and now the Afro is on fire.
Gets the bomb as well. Scarecrow into the throw, so we don't have to worry about the bomb messing up our combo. Banana peel. And once again, it's like, do you kill the minions? Okay, but Mini Faust now is out, and Mini Faust will get proc there. Joe Brownie having to respect that, and the trumpet call as well. And Lurry will be clapping back around to take taking the first round here of game number 2. Joe Brownie doing that early knockdown there with the 2ED, setting up one minion right behind Lurry for the sandwich pressure, but we still need to call it yet another minion to make this pressure impactful. But instead, with the regular stagger pressure, Lurry will be folding to that as we take that hit.
Still just having a difficult time moving around these minions. Hammer comes out and completely negates all of them. I like that forward RC just trying to avoid the Afro, but ends up getting right into Lurry's loving arms.
Inside Scarecrow, PRC, just regular 2k low, and that is going to be wall break here for Lurry, spending the super to get that hard knockdown.
Nice little chunk of damage there too, generally a low damage super. Ooh, that was a deep air dash. Wait a long time, and it's gonna bait out the burst there off of the lights. Lurry adding a point to the board, time things up.
Right. Yeah, and Lurry playing a lot more careful around Joe Brownie's minions, that's for sure. Not always pressing those buttons, but you know, you also have to ask yourself, like, okay, if I don't press here, if I don't kill the minion right as it comes out, you know, what's the problem I have to deal with later on as those minions really start to stack up. First being spent at a really good place too, as that was able to kill 2 minions at once. Now choosing the press, playing the trumpet, do all the work right there.
All right, send out the 100-ton weight.
The disruptive items being tossed out from Lurry, but unfortunately, despite the disruptions we're making against Joe Brownie does not seem to be phased as you continue to run our game plan of just tossing all those minions from full screen and bullying Lurry. And another thing too is, like, even if Jacko does get knocked down at some point, you know, the minions just existing makes it so that Lurry has to second guess how they're going to be approaching Jacko.
Right now, they can't approach Jacko, right? It's Jacko doing all the approaching onto Lurry, sending Lurry straight through the glass, threatening to take this up 2-1. And
that was crazy right there. The deflect shield being used, but the JD having so much forward momentum that it was able to keep Jacko moving forward and actually punish Lurry for the deflect shield right there.
I mean, absolutely incredible performance here from Joe Brownie so far, putting out an all-star showing and just locking your opponent down and cutting off all options.
Okay, game number 4.
Duel 1.
Talking about locking down options. We'll see what options Lurry has available right now. Burst being spent immediately from Joe Brownie, keeping that momentum in their favor. 2 drones now on top of Lurry, and there's not really a lot you can do. As you can see, Lurry trying to press a button there, but the minions made it very difficult to, like, actually do anything.
And now again, just keeping the minions out. No reason to go on in. You got the life lead. But Lurry finally able to score that counter hit with the J2K. Getting over the trumpet as well.
Yeah, that mini Faust going to be giving Lurry an opportunity to approach, toss out more items even, and getting some really good items as well. Elysium Driver, you know, getting out of that one.
Oh, wow, that was interesting. Normally you see the throw, but that was an ID into just minion drop. There's the YRC just trying to get another opportunity, another chance at life here. Again with the guard command, such incredible usage. Joe Brownie is at set point.
Go. Hey, round start J2K. Should get anything off. Killing the minion with the 5K, and this time Jacko close enough so we can just go for a simple 5P to check Joe Brownie.
Right, Sage.
Meteors again! And we got the bomb active as well. Lurry expecting that, trying to go for the command grab, but not close enough.
Need to be able to kill those out another round here. Could be taken all the way to game 5. Or is Joe Brownie going to cut this comeback short? Joe Brownie with the full burst going into this next round is a massive, massive resource lead here. Lurry doesn't have that get out of jail free card, and he's going to be waiting a while.
Okay. Try to kill that minion yet again, but you know, getting hit by that guard command still, though, not phasing Lurry in this instance, using the bomb bag and keeping Joe Brownie locked there in the corner, killing the drone yet again. Lurry just is ignoring the fact that Joe Brownie can go for these guard commands at any time, because the idea is, like, you know, I guess the benefit really outweighs whatever loss we get from being stunned momentarily from those minions.
I guess that's true, yeah. Hold on, here comes the trumpet. You don't want Jacko to get that yet. Just dash forward just to get it, set up the minions.
Setting up the paper bag, but that did give Joe Brownie just enough time to set up the unkillable minions, and now we are in danger state.
One more touch here is all Joe Brownie needs. Gotta watch out for the throw as well. Oh, but the minion just hitting its mark. Joe Brownie taking down Lurry and earning themselves a top 8 qualifier match on the loser's side.
Such an incredible player. The fact that, like, I don't know if there are a lot of other games where you can just point out a single player and say, like, this player is probably, like, the best in the game for this long, right? Because, like, Jack just consistently wins wins TNS all the time. It's like, you don't really see this stuff with, like, Street Fighter 6. You don't really see this stuff with Grand Blue. But Jack is the one that does it here.
He is pretty unbeatable when it comes to online, and of course his very first offline tournament being EVO and placing in top 6 is kind of absurd. The only thing that Jack is missing to add to his belt is that big major win, right? But as he keeps entering more and more of these offline majors, he gets better and better. Of course, playing online and playing offline are a little different when you got the crowd behind you or against you and the lights. It's a different kind of stress. But you could tell that Jack has that potential, and he is absolutely one of the greatest of all time here in Stride.
It is so funny how we're gassing up Jack right now, but he's been getting rocked for this past 1.5 rounds by Classified. Classified off to a great start here, doing a lot of work against Jack, taking that first round, taking half that health bar as well. We do have Tourney on the table. Giovanna does get that special buff state, so we do get higher guts. We have Tourney. Not going to be for long, does Classified opt to use that BRC to try and approach YRC, use on defense as well. Jack still has burst now. So if Classified does find a hit, Jack is still going to be in the game. Curse now applied. Deus Ex Machina going to be refilling those bullets. Going to be filling that mirror as well as it goes to positive bonus. And now Classified in a very difficult position to actually try and take this one.
Shout out to SQ for the big raid. Appreciate you, SQ. Good watching you tonight. I love the giant Chie. The Chie stomps. Let me see him. All right, dash up to 2K. Into the doggy arrow for the plus frames. Ooh, I like that backup. Just trying to give Jack a little bit of space to overextend. Maybe whiff a button.
No concentration from Jack, so we won't have those bullets available. We'll just have to rely on those good old Happy Chaos buttons. First comes down from Classified, not wanting to get wall broken by Jack. But because we were sent to full screen like that, Jack did get an opportunity to refill all those bullets in his gun. So he's going to be able to just fire away. Deus Ex Machina now. I think we're close enough to the wall. Yeah, that's going to be wall break.
Oh, wow. A little bit of a tri-dash there with the BRC. Didn't actually confirm into super. Maybe afraid that it wouldn't get the kill. Either way, that little reset into the throw is enough for Classified to take game number 1. You know, you were right about us, you know, gassing up Glazing Jack for good reason. But everyone in this top 8, including Classified, are world-class players who have made top 8s at super major.
Right. Yeah, it's, I mean, TNS is essentially just like, it feels like a major every single week. With the competition we see, with the size of the brackets that we see, just consistently hitting over 100 players each time. I mean, the competition is always going to be super tight here, so making top 8 is definitely a big deal here at TNS. But, you know, Jack is one of the best players for a reason, and one of the reasons too is just the way he kind of clutches up what looks like losing positions. And even though that classified is 1 game up, you don't want to be breathing easy just yet, because you still need to win 2 more if you want to take it away from Jack here.
All right, nice with the throw. Deus Ex Machina, of course. Should be called Deja Vu Machina for how much we see it.
It's bullet reload, that's what it is. You're restocking the pantry with it.
Taking around here as well. Jack, oh my god, a couple of kicks to the dome too, picking him while he's down.
Jack up against the wall. Great counter poke throw. Jack is going to be quite literally countering classified in that instance. A trade on the spiral arrow. That's another big hit for Jack, as now we do have that curse apply, that concentration super going as well. Classified spending that burst.
Yeah, just a lot of these dash blocks here too. Oh, nice with the dash and throw. Great mix between the strike and the throw here, keeping Jack on his toes and securing another round. Classified been performing incredibly well, just great screen control, which is difficult against a character like Happy Chaos.
I think too that Giovanna does play the game a little bit differently when it comes to Happy Chaos as well. The fact that we can use these step dashes to make bigger incremental steps forward against Happy Chaos when we need to. Because some characters, the big problem they have is that they struggle to approach Happy Chaos under bullet pressure. So just being able to guarantee how much distance you're going to be traveling is definitely a big deal.
All right, clean wall break. Clean round and a game here for Jack. Oh, it's kind of difficult because I feel like your best bet to beat Jack in an online bracket like this is to get that early lead on him, right? You have to blitz it. You have to blitz and get that 2-0. And now that it's tied up, that margin for error is getting smaller and smaller on Classified's side.
Right, now we're just playing a first of 2 at this point. And you know how first of 2s against Jack can go, but Classified has taken a game. If we can take a game, we can most definitely take a set here. It just comes down to if we're able to be in a winning position against Jack, and also really take advantage of whenever Jack starts running low on resources. Because as good of resource management Jack has with Happy Chaos, he will run out at some point. I mean, you can already see right here, Jack only has 1 bullet in the chamber.
Oh, nice with the J2K. All right, clean wall break. And another Deus Ex, and it's looking like Jack might be in control now.
Yeah, it's looking like it. Jack is still maintaining that burst as well. It's a big deal. They're coming out. Okay, good check there with the 2P. Big punish for Jack will mean a side swap, steal in the corner. Wall splash with the 5K, just going to go for the 5K yet again. Still low on concentration, so we don't have that focus here for Jack. Classified, trying to push that aggression here against Jack while he's down. BRC overhead connects, but unfortunately doesn't finish the combo.
Oh, the 5D connects. Actually, Classified getting saved by the wall break this time. Has one more opportunity here, still has burst, so can try and negate whatever mix-up is coming.
Yeah, but if I was Classified, I was like, I don't really want to spend burst if we don't have to, too. Also, we're having to deal with Chip, and we're also having to deal with the fact that we're so low in health that if we get hit, like in that situation, it becomes a guaranteed burst bait if we choose to use it, which you have to, because, you know, what else are you supposed to do, right? Happy Chaos especially can burst bait so easily compared to other characters, because I think like the name of the game with Happy Chaos with pretty much any character in the cast is that he doesn't have to commit, right? He doesn't have to commit. As long as he has curse on you, or even if he doesn't have curse on you, he can just pop a bullet whenever. So as we saw right there, it's like, yeah, that was just a very easy burst bait, even if you wanted to like delay it as much as possible.
I mean, that's the thing about Jack. He's always going to be looking for the burst bait 100% of the time, especially when you're at a sliver of health. Gonna catch Classified here. Doesn't block the burst this time, but that was a smart early burst there from Classified, not allowing Jack to even have the opportunity to think about it.
Okay, and that burst going to be from Jack as well, not wanting to give Classified that wall break, but we will be getting wall break whether you like it or not. And that's going to be a lot of damage for that combo as well. Surprisingly so with how little health Jack had. But Dutch should be fixed in any moment now.
Clipped by that 5K and just goes for the reset IED J2K cross up.
Oh my god. We had such a huge lead, but I think this might be it. No, not enough, not enough. Classified still in the game, but the question is for how long? You better be using an FD, and unfortunately Classified getting shipped out.
Probably here. Gonna get the wall break, positive bonus, but no hard knockdown. You're going back to neutral against Happy Chaos, which kind of sucks. Still, use that positive bonus to good effect. You're already seeing the movement, right? Trying to avoid the bullets since we don't have the curse on us.
Looking like Classifieds around here, spending the super, getting a lot of damage too. And with such a huge health lead at this point, just close it out, go to the next one.
Wow, what a block into the throw. I was going to say great block on the taco attempt, but you can't block forever.
Hey, bro. Pop this X from here. I don't think that's wall break, is it? No, it is. I am so bad at misjudging positioning, but Jack knows it better than I do, for sure. YRC, that's going to connect with Jack, but doesn't matter. Sticking the hands out and catching Classified at that distance.
Calamari versus Jack would be a really interesting matchup, but first, Calamari does have to get through RedIAmNot if they want to make that a reality here, and Red is looking a little extra special tonight. Just a little cleaner tonight. Hold on, Calamari might be even more clean.
Good usage of the invite hell right there. The 6P as well being used. Eddie now back. Spin sword.
This is a match I haven't seen in a long time, honestly.
Oh yeah, no. It's been what? I think like the last time I'm thinking of it is like Red Bull Kumite with like Gobo. That's what I'm thinking of.
Right?
That was such a long time ago. What was that, like 2023, 2022? No, 2022.
Oh, but there's the throw. OTG this time tries to go for the low behemoth, catches with the close slash, just spending as many behemoths as possible. Where do you think you are running?
Anyways, round 3.
Yeah, blink and you miss it. Nice 5K there to blow up that 2S. Red starting to feel themselves here, starting to get in a bit of a rhythm. You're dead. You're dead. Oh my goodness. Wow.
You know,
Red,
Calamari, I wouldn't blame you if you just put the stick down right now. What a quick 2 rounds right there. RedIAmNot just turning Calamari into a training mode dummy and practicing those combos, it seems like. Practicing those TDs. Anyways, game number 2. I don't know if game number 1 even happened. Alright, running out with the throw. First, immediately spent from Calamari. Has to worry about the drone though. The drone is going to be very annoying for Zod to have to deal with because of how it just completely smokes out Eddie.
Oh, staying same side here with the JH. It's crazy because Calamari was looking so so, like, everything was in their corner overwhelmingly in that very first round, and Red just immediately turned it on.
Oh no. Oh, Jobber, not like this. No.
You're still alive. Nah, you're still alive.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. But even then, not like this.
Not for long, but you're still alive.
Right, it's like an inevitability at that point, right? And perfect timing from RedIAmNot, I will say right there. Waiting for the wall to drop at the right moment and just smacking Calamari with that behemoth from afar.
And now,
well, game 2
3?
happened. Game 3, I guess.
I still believe in Calamari. I think Calamari can definitely bring this back, make this even more competitive. Just needs to find a way to thread the needle there.
That's what we always say against Goldlewis, right? And I feel like that needle is just like non-existent. I don't know. It's like a pipe dream. But you know, like you said, Calamari looked really good in round 1, and we're really trying to like grab the magic of that round 1 again, but RedIAmNot just completely locking Calamari out of even thinking about playing this game. Not even from playing this game, thinking about the thoughts of winning here.
And the immediate burst, right? Calamari got the knockdown, trying to run some offense, utilizes the Skyfish just to negate little Eddie.
And just had to burst in that moment. Okay, but we do find a lucky hit there with the Eddie, and we will be setting up the Eddie pressure yet again with the sword. But right now I'm not playing so oppressive with the jump forward JDs to kind of force our way back into the mid screen. Calamari pushing him right back in though, and that is going to be the wall slump pressure coming in from Calamari. And there's that wire seat killing the Eddie just like that.
It's more familiar to the Calamari we were seeing earlier. Oh no, but just run face first into the drone. Now in check scenario, and there it is, checkmate. RedIAmNot moving on to face Jack. Don't show Jonathan Tene that set. Make sure he doesn't see the set.
Goldlewis win.
But yeah, it looks like we're going to be taking a quick break from the Happy Calluses, as, like you said before, we're going to be going straight to Lasagna Slayer versus Scissors to see a little bit more Goldlewis before we see more of the Happy Chaos gameplay. And like you said, also Scissors, first time on the stream with the Anji.
Yeah, Scissors is a very strong Anji if you haven't had the pleasure of watching him before. Able to dance through a lot of these matchups here. And of course, looking to spin straight through the drone and the Behemoth Typhoon dancing in the storm.
Yeah, we can spin through drones, we can spin through the Behemoths, and it forces Lasagna Slayer to have to second guess whenever they go for these committal options in neutral. And normally Behemoth shouldn't be that committal of an option, but with Anji it makes it very much so.
Oh, but we're just gonna wake up, throw out the reversal super, and it's gonna hit its mark. Caught Scissors being just a little too greedy with the aggression. But there it is, whiff on the close slash into the throw.
I think this is one of the most interesting things about this matchup as well, is that, well, I guess every single Anji matchup is the fact that Anji makes players have to guess in neutral in a way that no other character can. And I guess you don't really have to worry about playing neutral if we can just delete Scissors' health bar like that. And I'm surprised we're able to delete Scissors' health bar like that because of how high Anji's health is supposed to be. But it looks like it's not going to be kicking in today, at least for this round, it seems, as Scissors is very low on health and just having to dream about making this comeback here.
Yeah, what the hell is neutral? All right, trying to dash on in now. Oh my god, running right into the mortal counter. Spin is interesting in this matchup, right? Being able to spin through the Beam Typhoons is pretty nice, but obviously if Goldlewis has the security gauge, he can just cancel it.
I'll say though, Scissors kind of has to look at the silver lining in this situation. At least the Behemoths you're getting hit by had no combo potential, right?
I don't think there's any bright. There's no silver lining. That's death. That's a perfect.
I mean, yeah, but like you could have been dead in one hit rather than three. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true. Just get put out of your misery faster, right? I think that would be the benefit. But Lasagna Slayer with a really strong showing there in game number 1. Scissors had a couple of different opportunities where he was able to make some good plays, but just too far in between. Let's see if we can clean up a little bit here. Focus up. All right, Far Slash is going to whip, but there's the immediate 6P. 6P very good in this matchup as well. Gets the overhead. This is where you need to keep Lasagna Slayer locked down. You don't need to be going for any kind of wall break options, right? Just try and keep Goldlewis in the corner where there's nowhere for him to back up. Uh-oh, but the back throw could end up turning into a bit of an incident here with the fully charged not Behemoth Typhoon down with the system. Ooh, trying to bait out the burst just a little bit. This is not going to go for that. On account of having that 100 tension, opt to just go for the YRC. There's the combo off the Midare. Forces the burst out and an immediate burn it down. Huge. No! 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 It acted as a combo breaker. No way. No. This was Scissors round. This was Scissors round. Gonna burst full screen on the Skyfish. Next touch is gonna close this out. It spins through! Dancing through the storm. Scissors is able to secure the round.
That was a very slow round, it seems. I'm back.
It was a nail-biting round.
I was expecting us to be in game 2 already. Sorry, game 3 already, but no, still stuck in game 2. Lasagna Slayer already down around here, having to eat the butterfly mix, and Scissors is going to be throwing Lasagna Slayer back into the corner, finding the overhead as well. Overhead yet again with the tap dust, and we're able to convert off it right there. Lasagna Slayer going to be sent through the wall. Big opportunity for Scissors.
Yep, just going to go all the way to the corner. Question is, are we going to break the wall? Nope, doesn't break the wall. Great call out. And the drone is able to beat out the super. Well, Lasagna Slayer, are we going to see the burst? Hold on to it.
Setting up the burn it down, and then the Behemoth is going to connect with Scissors to extend the combo, and Scissors forced to spend that burst.
Yeah, has to be really careful about the decision making here. You can't really throw out Behemoth willy-nilly because of the spin, right? And that's why you didn't see it. Lasagna Slayer was trying to find some other avenue, maybe a throw or something, because they got blown up for trying to go for Behemoth in that same scenario earlier on.
And Lasagna Slayer was also just trying to bait it out at a lot of places too towards the end right there, especially with the spin into the backdash as well, playing very safe, and once again, just making sure that Lasagna Slayer has to guess, like, is this a safe time to Behemoth? Is this a safe time to press a button? Because it is so scary once that Anji just spins right through, because he has so many strong options afterwards. Yeah,
incredibly strong options. But chat, make sure you let your friends, make sure you let your family know that TNS is live with some Monday Night Strive. I see y'all watching on Twitch and on YouTube, but let's get the people in here. Jack is back, ready to take his throne. But first, we have to work our way through this loser side of top 8.
That we do. This,
and, let your mom know King Jobber's on too.
The king himself.
That's right.
I mean, you watch Monday Night Strive for King Jobber, right? You don't watch Monday Night Strive for Strive. Like, let's
moms do, and my wife. That's why they watch Monday Night Strive. All right, Behemoth Typhoon pressure. What a throw!
Very brave throw, but smartly timed. And look at the position Scissors is able to put themselves in because of that gamble. Absolute block out there.
The dash of 5P. I like kind of the adjustment here just to go for these harassing quick options like 5P and 2P. Behemoth Typhoons do have some startup to them, so just trying to cut it off short is a smart play there from Scissors.
Ooh, okay, yeah, no, that's going to be a burst from Scissors after that counter hit. Air throw comes out. this out. Not willing to spend a whole lot of meter though. I don't blame Scissors, but we're also taking so much damage from these behemoths whenever we don't FD it. And now we don't have any more meter left. Finally opting to use that spin. Getting a little bit of intangibility to approach. Lasagna Slayer respecting that spin as well.
I think that Scissors was just a little worried about the behemoth stopping, right? Because that's always the mix. Do you start spinning into a behemoth and get the punish, or does Lasagna Slayer just stop and punish you for the spin? Ooh, throw loops in my strive.
They come back there from Scissors, despite being so low on health, really bringing it back at the end. And that's going to be the 2-1 lead here. One more game, and Scissors is going to be taking out our second Goldlewis from the bracket, from top 8.
A little bit of a competitive set here. Lasagna Slayer trying to tie this up against Scissors.
Spin the win. Oh no, 6 feet completely lift.
For the Midare.
Anji players are going to clip that and tell you the 6P is terrible.
Of course. One of the best 6Ps in the game.
Okay, yeah, the counter's definitely going to work this time as the drone is not on the screen. That's going to be let us safely set up Butterfly. Oh, we spin right away from the laser.
You know what? That laser may have not actually hit, but it accomplished everything that Lasagna Slayer wanted.
Exactly,
it's
right.
Dropped the positioning.
Yeah, pushed him right into the corner, and now Scissors is down around. Lasagna Slayer trying to even things up in this game count. Big counter hit with that behemoth, but once again, it's the behemoth that doesn't get you any combo afterwards.
Oh, just going for the 2K. Immediate little reset there. But wow, the way that Lasagna Slayer is able to find the gap to squeeze in the far slash. Swap sides with it too.
Air stalling
up.
Pushing in. Ooh.
Yeah, tried to punish there with the 2P. It was just a little too short.
Yeah, and Scissors like, yeah, I cannot be in the corner for much longer here. Running right back out. 2 throws in a row. Red RC to extend it to take that KO. Scissors still in the game and on a set point over Lasagna Slayer. Counter. Yep. Oh, wow, that is a wall break right there. With the wall assault being used, however.
Yeah, any wall assault conversion there is going to lead straight to a wall break. Not a whole lot of damage, though. The damage instead is coming from Lasagna Slayer. Trying to go for that JH, hits the low. Completely content to take Scissors out of the corner just for the damage.
Now spending that burst, but maybe too little too late here. Lasagna Slayer looking pretty confident that we can try to take this with a single 2P like that.
Now another game 5.
Yep, another game 5 here. We're looking at a 3-2. It's just a matter of who is going to be taking that 3-2 here. Is it going to be Scissors? Is it going to be Lasagna Slayer? We have been so back and forth now. Only one player can move on. Only one player can stay in this bracket.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
I know that some people in the chat have their favorites. But here we go. Round to start. Scissors going to be finding some damage here and there. Oh no, not getting the wall break. Instead, just going to maintain that corner position. I think that's smart too. You want to be able to keep that pressure going with the Fujin as Lasagna Slayer has his back up against the wall. We're going into that wall break situation. Tries to let that behemoth rip, but Scissor playing just out of that range.
Doing a phenomenal job there. Spends the burst. Nice little movement. Able to actually whiff punish the Behemoth Typhoon into the air throw. Sitting at set point once again.
Yet again, just perfect footsies from Scissors in that round there, avoiding 2 behemoths just barely so that we can run in for the punishes.
A beautiful escape there too from Lasagna Slayer. The IAD out, always IADing out with the behemoth to swing the opponent right back into the corner. Now just locked down, weathering this storm, eats a counter hit, and eats so much damage.
We might be seeing final game, final round. We might be seeing final game, final round if this is anything to go off of. Scissors looking so low on the meter. Once that meter runs out, it's going to be kind of be checkmate here. And Scissors knew that as well and had to play aggressive to Fujin their way out. It's a big counter hit. Does mean that Scissors is going to be in an advantageous situation afterwards. Lasagna Slayer does have burst, but because we chose to use Dust in that instance, that super is going to guarantee Lasagna Slayer this final round. Let's hold on to this burst as well. That's big for Lasagna Slayer.
That close slash. Early burst up from Lasagna Slayer. Going to see it from Scissors as well. There it is, right on cue. Both of these guys just bursting immediately.
Oh, overhead didn't block the overhead. But it's not enough.
One shot here for Scissors. Can't make a single mistake. Has to play a perfect game now. No burst available. Only a deflect shield, but 100 tension. Or had 100 tension.
Oh, still has 100 tension here. Having to block out that Skyfish. It's gonna reach. Yes, it will. It does connect. Lasagna Slayer full sending it with the super. That's going to be guaranteeing
Second character, even if it's a bad matchup.
Yeah. I can understand not wanting to play the Happy Chaos Mirror at least. It really just comes down to like who gets cursed first, and then after one player gets cursed, Happy Chaos really has a hard time dealing with his own pressure, funnily enough.
So Kreeg is in the darker colors, the orange accents, while Kriby is in, of course, the Rebecca colors from Cyberpunk. Oh my god, what a round. Is that a perfect? That's a hell of a way to start off the set here, just with an immediate perfect. Can we get 2?
Maybe. Really good round start option from Kreeg as well, just going for the neutral jump and pulling out the gun and avoiding the curse entirely, putting the whole neck into that 6P anti-air. Burst does come out. Curse does get applied to Kreeg, however, but in response, Kreeg just puts that curse back onto. This might be the double perfect. Let me see the 7 letters. Let me see the 7 letters. Deus Ex Machina for the game. And there we go. A perfect for Kreeg. 2 in a row.
Good God, that is a hell of a statement to open up with. An opening thesis, the double perfect.
Yeah, if I was Kriby, I was like, I don't even know how I'm going to like bounce back from that, but you gotta, as we are in the top 8. That was only game 1. That was only game 1. We just say that like, hey, you get a game for free, and then the other games won't go as easily for you. As you see here, Kriby forcing Kreeg to spend that burst now early on.
Another Manic Monday here. Look at the movement. Both of them just trying to fish with that 2K, but it's a far slash from Kriby that hits its mark.
And just like how Kreeg was so dominant in those previous rounds, looks like Kriby's looking to do the same here, but now struggling to close this one out with a curse on you. You are not safe to pull out your gun against Happy Chaos. Oh no, we gotta spend our burst. Oh no, we couldn't spend our burst. Okay, we don't have super, so we can't get the. Oh no.
Yeah, wall splat again. Brutal, but it's okay. Holding on to the burst is not necessarily a bad thing going into this next round. Gonna get the first blood there off of the 5K. Ooh, too quick on the draw. Kriby wasn't able to clear leather.
Yeah, Kreeg shot first, and now Krieg going to be getting that throw here in the corner as well. Kriby, no burst, no dreams of deflect shield, no dreams of wall assault, as Krieg takes out Kriby with another perfect. 3 perfects in just 4 rounds. Krieg is making a statement.
The big iron on their hip. Krieg just trying to fight their way through this top 8 losers. Where's Jack? Winners finals.
Acting like Jack is going to save us from the happy chaoses.
Jack is the happy chaos.
Right, exactly. Unless you mean that like we're trying to like you know go to the edge of the ring and high five Jack to say like, hey, Jack, get on the Jack get on the sticks, play the game for me. But no, Kriby going to be actually swapping to the Sin this time. Looks like the happy chaos isn't quite working out. I think you were talking about before, like, you know, some players just don't like the mirror, and I think in this situation, Kriby just wants to see what we can do as we have 2 games. Oh, we have lost 2 games already.
Yeah, I think the swap here to Sin is actually a good one. Sin does fairly well in this matchup. Is able to really overwhelm Happy Chaos and has those long-reaching normals as well.
And the fact that he can move in so quickly too is a very big deal as well. The Elk Hunts being a great way for him to move in. It shrinks his hurt box just a little bit, especially if Happy Chaos doesn't have a concentration. It does make it hard for him to try and shoot Kriby if he's choosing to approach.
And look at this, already making such a massive difference here for Kriby, getting a pretty dominating round there. But it's still going to be a tall mountain to climb. You need a reverse 3-0 against Krieg. You don't have no room for error. You can't slip up.
Oh, there's one error right there here for Kriby. Krieg, though, doesn't have any bullets in the chamber. So, and we didn't have Day 6 Monkey. I think we just messed up the input. Run up 2D. This should be wall break now, though. Yeah, there it is. Deus Ex coming out. I think that will be enough. Yeah, with all those hits, just crushing those guts. And Krieg now on set point over Kriby. Kriby going to be holding on to that first. However, we're going to go round start Elk Hunt again. No, instead, we're going to go for the round start Beak Driver here. And with the fall, we did use up all of our resources there, though, so we can't special cancel anymore for a little bit.
Yeah, all of the resources and also not getting the wall break was a little rough, but this might actually be even more rough. Getting thrown into the corner. Krieg now has burst back, is going to spend it to be aggressive immediately.
Oh, killing the puppet immediately. Deus Ex to refill the magazine. We're just going to be going guns a-blazing in this post-wall break situation. Both players very low on health. But it looks like Kriby might be the one getting taken out. DP being used, but that was simply an illusion. Krieg moving right on it.
On Friday, and we travel out to events and don't have Marvel, or there's special variation tournaments. So Strive will be the first game to hit 200. But all right, here we go now. Classified starting off fast, immediately pushing Lasagna Slayer all the way to the corner and establishing that throw game early.
Throw yet again. Here we go. One more for the road. Oh, we tried to use that 6P, but Classified going low instead. Oh, Super still wasn't enough. I think Classified was really banking on that Super killing Lasagna Slayer there. It's okay. I mean, we're still going to be getting that perfect right there as we just go for that low yet again.
Air Claw's coming through with $13.33 into the match arena. Thank you. Thank you, boss. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, that was a perfect burst bait right there, and that's going to be resetting the damage on that combo. If Lasagna Slayer wasn't already in dire straits, we're absolutely in the trenches now. Classified having Lasagna Slayer fight for their life, or at least not for that much longer, as Classify with that red RC into the super should be able to get enough damage here, especially without wall break damage.
Beautiful stuff. And I see you, Duelist. I'll put money down on Jack. I'd be a fool to bet against Jack for number 200.
What if Jack is MIA?
I don't think Jack's going to miss number 200. I don't think that's...
Who knows? But, yep, probably not. I feel like... I mean, yeah, it's definitely going to be a very big one, isn't it? Maybe we break 200? Probably, right?
True. I think so.
Duel 1.
Break 200 players for the 200th Guilty Gear Strive? Yeah, that'd be pretty sick.
All right, nice
God.
wall break early on. Classified doing the deja vu, right? I've seen this before. Unfortunate whiff throw there from Lasagna Slayer.
Dude, just like I'm watching Kreeg versus Kriby again, it feels like. Classified just keeping that momentum going from game number 1, not letting that, not letting it stop. Look to go right over the drone. Okay, Air Behemoth does connect with the Classified, and as Lasagna Slayer tries to run forward to take advantage of that knockdown, Classified just immediately pressing those buttons and closing off that round there. Lasagna Slayer trying to make things look a little bit different here as we start off with that 6-speed and the Behemoth, but Classified still able to find these hits, and that's a massive counter hit on the whiff throw from Lasagna Slayer. Classified going to be setting Lasagna Slayer through the wall, not spending the super on the hard knockdown though, just instead just ending it with that 5P.
Oh, nice. Using the RC to make sure that you don't land into the drone. Good save there from Classified, if an expensive one.
Okay, spending that burst though, knowing that we're going to be in a very difficult position if we let that combo finish. Classified tried to go for the dust, but Lasagna Slayer throwing them in that instance. This might be Lasagna Slayer's round. Now we're stuck in the corner. YRC does get baited out, and Lasagna Slayer will be finishing the job, finally getting a round on the table here. But unfortunately, unfortunately here for Classified, we did spend that burst earlier. So while in the previous rounds we had like that burst available when we needed it, now it's going to be a little bit dicey, because if Lasagna Slayer finds one good counter hit with these behemoths, then it's going to kind of be wraps.
Oh, neutral jump, tries to go for the overhead.
Uh-oh. What was I saying about that burst earlier? That burst is not going to be coming back for the rest of this round, it seems, unless Classified can extend it here. And I think that's what we're going to be doing. The RC trying to get that mix going. Lasagna Slayer, great blocks. However, counter hit though, as we tried to maybe toss out a Behemoth, wasn't quick enough, and Classified able to stay in here and widen the lead against Lasagna Slayer.
Yeah, that 2-0 lead, in fact. Again, we've seen a couple of 3-0s here already in top 8. Could we be seeing another one? There's something in the water, and people are just exploding here tonight. The Lasagna Slayer does have the opportunity to make that reverse 3-0. Can he be the first one to pull it off on stream tonight?
Always really exciting to see a Geo do well in bracket. I think Classified is really gunning for this top 4 spot right now. Lasagna Slayer trying to keep things going for the Goldlewis players down Lewis' side. However, here, getting tossed into the corner. Toss yet again. Are we going to see another throw? No, we're not. Just going for the close slash that time. Sent through the wall. The gap continues to widen. Uh-oh. Side swap there. Super comes out, PRC to the throw, and the OTG will be enough damage. Classified on set point.
Alright, plus frames. Oh, the staggered pressure, just trying to get Lasagna Slayer to flinch, and there it is, the 5H, that sweet chin music. Gonna put Lasagna Slayer through the wall without spending the meter.
Yeah, now we're going to be having 200 meter, uses it on the BRC first. Now we're just dancing around Lasagna Slayer right now, waiting for Lasagna to whiff something, but Lasagna Slayer not biting, so we go in for the throw, baiting out an option for Lasagna Slayer yet again, going for the throw here again, or we're going to finish it off with BRC throw. No! Just go for the 2K, respecting the JD, into the throw, and classified, tossing Lasagna Slayer like a salad, is getting a 3-0. So it's really cool to see it overseas for once.
And Jennings with the correction, of course, the last Platinum qualifier, period, in the entire Arc World Tour season. So there's going to be a lot of international competition coming out there. But two of the players we might see are Calamari and Krieg here in this loser's quarters.
Yeah, while Calamari did get cleaned up by RedIAmNot on the winner's side, that was only winner's side, and Calamari still has one more opportunity to keep things alive in this bracket run. But another bad matchup does kind of put a bit of a hamper on those plans. Calamari, though, still trying their best, and you can see it right here as we're going to be getting a decent amount of damage with this combo, refilling that Eddie gauge as well.
Oh, trying to go for the applause, but just got Gooba stomped right in the dome. Nice burst, though, actually sending Krieg right into the corner.
And the BRC back, just so we can avoid any attempt to anti-air from Krieg. Oh, and burst does come out now, but no Eddie available for Calamari. I think right now we just wait it out. And then break the law to approach.
I love it. Such a great way to actually avoid the bullets altogether. Calamari is able to secure the first round here. Can we get the first game?
Good block on the dust. But while we were able to block the dust, we didn't block the meeting right after. I think maybe trying to jump out, and Krieg is going to get an insane reward off of that hit. Speaking of insane reward, that's going to be the KO right now.
And a perfect as well. What an answer back there from Krieg. Calamari coming into this, though, with full burst available. Gonna just dash up with 5 keys. Nice challenge there on the forward roll. The burst just to maintain momentum. Swats little Eddie out of the skies.
Okay, red RC, and that should bring Eddie back. Oh, we didn't find the hit there. It's okay, though. Eddie is active.
What 2S? Hitting its mark. Oh, the 2D! Krieg just going for all these low options and keeps breaking Calamari's ankles.
Is it enough? The scaling was looking a little rough. Yeah, it absolutely is.
All right, Krieg getting game number 1, keeping the happy chaos dream alive and trying to dash the dreams of Zato players everywhere.
Hey, that was only game number 1, right? and while it's not, it wasn't like a classified game number 1 or something like that, where it was like just a complete, it wasn't like a complete beatdown from Krieg, right? Calamari was definitely keeping up with Krieg, and I think we could absolutely see Calamari take a game or 2 here.
I can see the game number 2 as well. Calamari was performing incredibly well. I do think that Zato is a decent character up against Happy Chaos. Things like Leap and Pierce are a good way to keep Happy Chaos grounded, prevent him from keeping his gun out as well. Calamari taking a bit of a breather too before hopping right back into it, which is important.
All right, looks like we are going to be hopping right back into it. Krieg probably shaking the dust off of the Zato notes right there, trying to figure out how to play against this character. It's not often you play against Zato nowadays, so Krieg having to refresh that memory, jog that memory, swapping sides a little bit too, it seems, but getting right back into it.
And just an immediate Deus Ex Machina. Krieg keeping that lead that we saw, in fact, building upon that lead, just shutting down any kind of options here from Calamari. Calamari struggling to get started.
With that J2K, we just completely ignored the existence of FD from Calamari. He's able to keep that pressure going. Unfortunately, Eddie getting sniped immediately. I think we're going for the with the frog DS fallout from Eddie and just getting rocked there. I don't think Calamari really has much of an opportunity to do much else in this round either. We will be getting a good chunk of that burst back, but I don't know if we're going to be getting bursts in general back in time, especially not with that deflect shield. And Krieg now with 100 mirror for the Deus Ex, most definitely will be taking off. We'll be taking this round and taking off with a perfect.
That's double
catapulting themselves. Yeah, another perfect, catapulting themselves into game number 3.
Man, are we gonna see another 3-0 here? Good God.
Dude,
that'll
Krieg
put us at
not
4
around.
3-0s.
Krieg is like, you know, Krieg is like, I want to go to bed on time. All right. It's make or break here for Calamari. Calamari was playing so well earlier on in the bracket, but has found their match here against RedIAmNot in winner's side and Krieg here on loser's side. Great blocks from Krieg, blocking that dust. Still finding a way to get out of that corner. No concentration, however, but doesn't matter. No concentration, no problem. Using that Wild Assault instead to extend that pressure.
A gunshot, gonna connect. There's the throw. Full slash. Big pickup immediately in to the sword. Oh no, Amorphous, excuse me.
Yep. Amorphous going to be taking a big bite out of that health bar from Krieg. YRC now going to kill that Eddie gauge.
Oh, and the slight pause there to try and bait out the burst. All right, Calamari showing signs of life.
Absolutely, but just rolling right through from round start. Going to be getting a little bit of damage there on Calamari and switch sides for just a little bit, trying to push Calamari into the corner, but no dice, back to mid-screen. And instead, Calamari is the one to have that corner control. Unfortunately, just whiffs that corner control though. We had the positioning, we had the spacing, but unfortunately went for a low as Krieg jumped out.
So y'all may notice that the score says 1-1. It looks like Krieg is actually giving game 1 to Calamari due to it being laggy because Krieg had the stream open. Okay.
Oh.
So that's the reasoning here. Krieg giving that first game.
Dude. Not. Oh no.
But the second game was a double perfect, so.
Yeah, like.
That was without the lag?
Anyways. Anyways here, Calamari definitely looking really tough here. Oh my god. Yeah, no, is this going to be another perfect? Oh, come on. You know, Calamari, fight back. Fight back.
First 4-0 is insane, but yeah, I've never seen that before. Deus Ex Machina and Krieg with another perfect.
Bro, Krieg was like, you know, I can't let this end too early. Like, if he wasn't the best character in the game, he's been like top 3, top 5. I would say top 3 his entire run. Like, this character has been just absolutely busted. So I can absolutely see why people don't like seeing the character. But also, it just makes it so much more exciting. Like, if we are going to be seeing, like, if someone can break into that grand finals and make it so that it's fighting against the Happy Chaos, fighting against the evil, right? So to speak. It's like watching the underdog fight against the villain. And I think definitely people will enjoy that. But here we go. YRC being spent from Calamari trying to create that distance. But Krieg just places himself back in the corner for whatever reason here. Grab. Oh yeah, Calamari looking good.
All right, Calamari. Take advantage of that game, that extra game.
Huge round start here. Eddie is gone, however, and Krieg just backdashing right on out, extracting themselves from that situation. But trying to run back in, and Calamari will be getting that throw off to buy some time for Eddie, using the sword super, keeping that going. A follow-up catches Kreeg, trying to backdash potentially. Oh no, we pressed the button. We pressed 2P on the wall. Oh, but no super.
I mean, great position here for Calamari. Has a bunch of meter, access to YRC. No burst here to save Kreeg. There it is. YRC comes out immediately into the little Eddie summon, but the JS shuts down Eddie right away. You gotta be kidding.
Got the SS right now.
No!
Oh no! You just hit the burst. You're letting him happen.
Zato with 0 gut scaling, mind you. All right, set point now for Kreeg.
J2K again, and counter hit even. Oh my god, just so much damage for just a J2K counter hit. Calamari sending Kreeg, Kreeg sending Calamari straight through the wall. Health bar looking blood red. We are bleeding out right now. Someone get Calamari in tourniquet. Oh my god, yeah, no, without Eddie, without burst. But we have a throw in and we have a dream.
And little Eddie is back for the layup. Invite held meaty, but there's the press out from Kreeg. Kreeg with the 3-1 victory, moving on to top 4.
World's first 4-0 spot, especially with how big these brackets are at TampaNeverSleeps.
In a lot of cases, it ends up being grand finals as well. But right now, this is winner's final. Ride the birthday train. Who is going to cash in that golden ticket?
Always love how RedIAmNot just has birthday train always locked in when it comes to these matches.
He knows ball.
I know, right? RedIAmNot knows ball. Like, let me tell you, I also play birthday train sometimes during my games. That's not enough. That's not enough. Jack holding on with quite literally the magic pixel right there.
And there it is, Bionic Elbow 2P. Gonna take that first round there for Red. Put out the drone. Nice with the gunshot and the far slash to push through the wall. Then the Deus Ex Machina. Again, chat, I'm calling it Deja Vu Machina. We see it so many damn times.
Yeah, I mean, it is a utility super in a way as well. I guess not utility. Oh my god, we just... we literally outran an atomic bomb right there.
Well, tying up the rounds. Who's going to get that early momentum of game number 1? Jack does have the benefit of going into this with full burst. Red, not even enough yet for a deflect shield. This is rough here. There's the Deus Ex Machina. Not close. Oh, it was close enough for the wall break. This dude can break the wall from anywhere.
Okay, getting hit by the Skyfish. Just a little bit. No knockdown off that. Jack not feeling terribly bad about getting hit by it. Red RC off the tap dust. Okay, late burst from RedIAmNot, using all of the security gauge on that drone, but without any pressure backing it up, Jack was able to just immediately jump right on over without any consequences.
And there it is, game number 1. Jack taking the lead.
Yeah, 1 game up. This is kind of how it goes, right? Jack usually, I would say, takes like the first 1 or 2 games, and RedIAmNot being RedIAmNot, tries to make that comeback, and we usually get like a game 5 or even game 4 towards the end of the set. So things are going about as how the script usually goes. Nothing too out of the ordinary.
We gotta have some twists and turns though, right? This just can't be another sequel.
Another sequel that just rehashes everything about the originals. And by that I mean like we're on the 17th horror movie of the franchise.
We're on Avengers Doomsday, where they bring back Captain America even though they finished his arc and retired his character.
Now who are we saying Captain America is in this situation?
Steve Rogers, Chris Evans.
Oh no, I mean like the players.
Oh. I don't know. I was just complaining to complain.
Oh, I see.
It had no real analogy.
We didn't think past the first part.
Well,
I'll let the audience.
Pick up.
I'll let the audience determine who's Captain America in this position. Either way, though,
The Google Doc.
yeah, that's the one. Hey, we don't talk about that, all right? I am not affiliated with that.
It's okay. We don't have to talk. We don't have to worry about that. We gotta worry about this right now. RedIAmNot up against Jack. What we got on our screen right now. With the 5K, wall splat into another 5K, just the positive bonus.
X. We do have level 3 security gauge. RedIAmNot. Probably going to want to create some distance, set up the drone, maybe.
Oh, wow! No. Fast RC into the 2D and still able to confirm off of it. This character, wow. Not even this character, it's Jack. Jack with the wherewithal and the reaction to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's partially this character, but most definitely that really just came down to Jack being able to recognize the situation at a turn right there and able to get that punish into the kill. And not go with the corner control now, finding a counter hit with these BTs. No more bullets in the chamber though. BRC, and we get the punish with the low. But with no bullets, we weren't able to actually pick up off of it. But now that we have Red in the corner, we are sitting pretty darn comfortably. Oh, Curse didn't even hit. What the heck? Yeah, Curse just like went over his head.
The bar slash able to hit its mark there. Jack with the 2-1 lead. 1 game away.
This determines everything here. Probably, I think we still have a good chance of seeing this game 5 here. But yeah, it's going to be very hard to predict how this is going to turn out regardless.
Well, I mean, always bet on Jack, right? That's what I say. Always bet on Jack.
I mean, what is the bets in the Twitch chat even looking like?
I have no idea, to be honest.
It's always funny seeing the ratio of the point distribution. I know some people are really trying to bet against Jack to try and get that payout. But every single time, everyone's like, I'm just going homeless after that. All right.
Dash up with the 2F. Nice, huge hit and a huge round win there for Red. Not quite a perfect, but as close as you can get.
No. Wall assault does get blocked. Throw, set up the steady aim. Oh, really tricky there with the J2Ks. Almost looked like I crossed up the same side. Following that JSX. We are low on that concentration though, so we're going to have to put that gun away for just a little bit. And we found that J2K to connect immediately. So Jack just really set up for success with that one.
Yeah, another hard knockdown, 2 off this Deus Ex. Red not going to spend the burst here at all. There's just no reason to. Jack still tried to bait it out and then just walked full screen with the gun out.
6H into double white wall assault. We are definitely playing things a little bit more out of the ordinary, unorthodox here.
A little bit more loose.
Right.
But Red just trying to find that knockdown, right? That's the key to securing victory in this set against Jack. So white wall assault is kind of a bit of a Hail Mary option there.
But double white wall assault. We won't have burst. We will have burst after this Deus Ex though. It does feel that quite a lot here. But might be not really pulling that much weight at this point in the game. ERC back, White Wall Assault in, has a drone backing him up, and that's going to be the throw as well to get a little bit of extra damage, but not able to extend it with the drone. And now without burst, Jack will be taking that 3-1. That Goldlewis experience in the bracket already.
Yeah, but again, this is going to be the run back of a match that was a top 8 qualifier. So let's see if Kreeg learned any lessons from the first set against Classified and how this one's going to turn out. Ooh, Spiral Arrow immediately. Such a good gap closer, especially to hit Chaos. If he's got the sword out, does it again.
Yeah, especially if Happy Chaos doesn't have any concentration on you either, right? Just because of how fast it moves, you're not really under any threat of gunfire.
Oh, the 5D. Great round there for Classified, starting things off strong. Just already showcasing the Spiral Arrow, saying that you are not allowed to pull out your gun full screen.
Oh, we are just dancing here in a neutral. Classified running up with a throw on on Kreeg and finding a hit there with very active hitbox. Okay. Tap Dust extend the combo. And that's going to be sending Kreeg through the wall here.
Okay.
Ooh, that was sick.
Yep, no burst to save you there. Classified closing out game number 1. A beautiful conversion.
Now, that's what I was talking about when it comes to closing that distance quickly. Not only do we have the step dashes and the back dashes just kind of just shimmy around on the screen, but we also have access to like the Spiral Arrow. I mean, we saw it right there towards the end just to close out that round there with the hop up. Lots of ways to move around the screen, catch Happy Chaos off guard, and also maybe try to avoid that concentration as well if avoid that curse as well if Kreeg opts to toss the ball.
Now Kreeg answering back in a big way here. Deus Ex gonna get that solid life lead here. And gets at least one more. Okay, would have gotten a mix, but Classified just shutting down the mix altogether with a wake up super.
Ooh, almost got that punish off on that 5K, but not quite there.
Ooh, the mortal counter, big boot to the face. Nice little burst bait there just in case. But Kreeg definitely holding on to that. A little too risky to try and burst and make a comeback when you really didn't have any tension.
Okay, there we go, 6P. That's actually what I think we're trying to beat earlier when we used that 6P before in the Rift. We're trying to beat that Spiral Arrow if Classified tried to use it on him.
There we go, another Deus Ex Machina for the record books.
And with the tap dust, that's going to be a quick round going to Kreeg as well. Trading blows back and forth. Final round of game number 2. Oh, and trying to go for the Spiral Arrow, but getting caught by the gunshot as that move was starting up. First bait, but no hit there with the 5K. Drop combo, Classified. Getting tossed a bone, but Kreeg keeping Classified locked there, containing them in the corner and breaking them out with the Deus Ex, but not for long as we are so low on health that Kreeg was playing for a perfect, and Kreeg was able to get that perfect and get a game in response to Classified's first game win.
All right, one apiece. That's what we like to see here. Not a clean sweep. I mean, it wasn't a clean sweep the first time that these two fought against each other earlier in the bracket. Went all the way to game 5. Wouldn't be surprised to see that happen again.
Yeah, and I think at this point in the bracket, I would absolutely love to see a game 5, especially between these two players. They've been playing so well, and they've also been like the underdogs, right? Like, you don't always see Krieg or Classified in top 8, but you always see like RedIAmNot and Jack in top 8, right? So there's a little bit of variety here with these two players that I like to see. burst into the super.
Oh,
that's
okay. 5D hits its mark. And yeah, just gonna go for the slump here. No reason to go for a wall break when you have Classified in such a dangerous position.
Yeah, and there was no threat of Classified getting burst back this round, so there was not really a point in it really going for that wall break, and especially since we're fully popped off when it came to our resource gauges. So in that instance, definitely a very easy decision for Kriby to go for that wall slump pressure. Oh, interesting. Jumping to the other side, like I'm already behind you. Getting that throw off. Getting the gold burst from Classified as well. That is not a good spot to be in now.
That was a nasty empty low as well. And now with the hard knockdown. Watch out for the roll. Instead just goes low again. Another Deus Ex to close out game number 3. And Kreeg has a solid lead.
Another perfect. It's just, yeah, I mean, I think Kreeg has had the highest density of perfects compared to all the players tonight. I don't think, well, I think Jack probably got like 1 perfect in the sets that we've seen Jack play. But yeah, Kreeg playing extremely well. Classified now on the back foot. Started off this set strong, but these last 2 games have been so favored towards Kreeg. We're just playing this perfectly. Classified though, going to be starting us off with the blast here, as we're going to be throwing Kreeg twice here into the corner. Some stagger pressure, backing up, and there is the DP to catch Kreeg as Kreeg tries to jump out of the corner. Super, I don't think that's going to be enough. No, it's not. Using the time stop with the BRC to get that fuzzy off.
Oh, nice backdash there on the gunshot attempt. Immediately turning the table. Neutral jump baits out the 6P and gets the burst out of Kreeg.
Not getting that burst out of Classified just yet though.
Oh, YRC immediately into the plus frames on the arrow. I like the YRC decision there from Kriby. You don't really know what's going to come next, whether it's going to be a reset with the arrow or a roundhouse kick that's going to end the turn. So just negate it altogether with the YRC. Create some space.
Interesting, weaving in that dust in the middle of that block string, piercing to get that pressure going after a whiff. Classified now evening things up to a 2-2. These are just, we're just speedrunning these games at this point. I mean, really quick, game 1, game 2, game 3, and game 4, despite the fact that the scores look so even. It feels so lopsided whenever we watch these rounds.
It's true, but I mean, we got a repeat, right? They went to game 5 in their first set against each other. Obviously, Classified came out on top, and they're going to game 5 once again.
Start 2K does connect. Counter hit 5H. That's going to be an immediate burst from Kreeg. Sets up the doppelganger and uses the curse as well. Classified going to play a little bit carefully, and just runs right in there with the step dash. Catching Kreeg in the corner, spends the super. A massive lead for Classified to start off game number 5. Lining up, does get that throw tech, but doesn't matter. We keep pushing that aggression. Kreeg not ready to deal with the Knicks after that.
Now we're in a very familiar situation. Might be a repeat of their first set. Classified already getting a nice little life lead here. Kreeg gonna have to eat a nice chunk of damage too before that burst comes back.
Block so far. Use the throw because we were low on concentration, so we didn't have those gunshots anymore. Cross up, Sprout Arrow does connect. Red RC to extend the combo, tries to go for a burst break. Kreeg finally spending that burst though, but taking a lot of damage from there.
And that should be it with the right routing. Wild Assault Classified hits the repeat. A 3-2 victory.
Player earlier on in the bracket with a big 3-0. So we do know the matchup, but do you know the RedIAmNot matchup?
That's right.
Losers finals, first and 3.
Both of these players fighting for that run back, like you mentioned, against Jack in Grand Finals. And Classified starting off strong here, already pushing Red to the corner and bursting to keep that momentum.
Just going to ignore the drone right there, back it all the way up, letting RedIAmNot leave the corner. Count it. Still not enough to get the KO here. YRC, yeah, just not wanting to deal with that mix there. First RedIAmNot, jumps to the other side, avoids the 6P entirely, but gets hit by that JD, stopping that momentum. 5P anti-air. Do we have the combo to close this off? We're closing up to the wall. There should be a wall spot. Yes, it will. And the wall break means Classified takes round number 1.
Righty. Oh, enhanced kick. This goes for the Wild Assault. Yeah, you're starting to see more Wild Assault implementation here from RedIAmNot. Is able to score the JD, getting that knockdown, setting up the drone in the corner. Is Classified gonna burst? No, tries to press out.
All right, round number 3, round number 3. Takes off the momentum with the 2-3. And a big counter hit there for Classified, interrupting that BT from Red. And Classified now bringing RedIAmNot to the corner. And most importantly, not getting that wall break just yet. Now getting that wall break here with the super. Resetting that combo, getting a lot of damage. Putting RedIAmNot into critical health. One more good combo should be enough for Classified to take the win. Counter hit BT. RedIAmNot is out of the corner. Classified having to hold this pressure. Spends the burst because that would have been enough to take the kill. RedIAmNot spending the mirror for the Red RC extension, so not enough to... Oh no, that was enough to take the win.
Yeah,
I did not believe the Skyfish would win there.
Just absolutely shredding the Guts modifier there. Red able to get game number 1 in this loser's final set. Trying to fight hard for that run back. Trying to get another shot at the Demon King.
Both players trying to get that shot at the Demon King. As both players had lost to Jack earlier on in the bracket, both in top 8.
Oh, wow. Getting caught by that JH. That was a weird interaction. This goes for the RC. Hits the low and gets the burst.
Skyfish running out with the 2D, interesting enough.
You can tell it's a new world. 2D beating out Goldlewis and JD is crazy. And an even crazier enhanced flip kick over the drone.
I mean, 2D is kind of anti-air if you think about it. We got a Pillage joint on that.
And here's the spinning dog kick. Our knockdown still has 50-meter available as well. Fantastic positioning here for Classified. Gonna chase down that backdash BRC and gets the win with the throw.
Next round, here we go. Spiral arrow in after the soft knockdown. RedIAmNot vacuuming up Classified to the wall. And dealing so much damage there to Classified. Setting the drone, jumping right on over, but getting smacked by the 2P. Yeah, I think we're thinking we're just outside of that BT range, but not quite. Some of those tones round start.
Okay, bar slash, heavy slash, and then just goes for the spin kick. That is the gap there you cannot press between. Has been conditioning with the spiral arrows and the flip kicks constantly to get Red to press.
Back, burns up for the throw. Okay, 2D, keeping them in the corner. BRC, are we safe? Yes, we are.
The spinning dog kick is going to tie this set of 1 apiece.
Once again, we have a set on our hands. Classified knowing how to play the matchup. Yeah, that's more like something you kind of pull out in pools, it feels like. Or RedIAmNot would like pull out in pools, even.
We've seen it in top 8s here in TNS. Well, we go. A little bit of a shimmy there. Not a shimmy, but, you know, the FD blink is straight into the throw. That's very reminiscent of Exert.
Dude, I, like, looked away for just a little bit. Round's over. Anyways. Classified now down a round. RedIAmNot setting up the drone. Just backing up, respecting it. Because drone is really the real big killer here against Giovanna in neutral. Because we want to play so grounded, that drone is going to be in our way most of the time.
All right, nice with the close slash into the wall splat.
So, RedIAmNot going to be regaining that lead over Classified. Looks like the game restarting was a good, I guess, mental reset there for Red. And now threatening that win here and threatening that Goldlewis versus Happy Chaos Grand Finals a run back. See if Classified has what it takes to take 2 games in a row here against RedIAmNot now with how back and forth these players have been playing. We'll see as we start off game number 4. Classified playing things a little bit more patient, just going for that round start backdash. But you also want to be careful because you don't want to play too patient against Goldlewis, as that security gauge will fill up over time. And you saw right there as RedIAmNot let that Skyfish rip as we hit level 2.
It looks like that patience was waning a little bit, trying to dash in to find some kind of a whiff punish. There we go, big counter hit with the 5H. Swap sides here. And the spinning dog kick, why not? Get the hard knockdown, make sure you can keep the offense going.
Right, guaranteeing or a positive bonus, guaranteeing a good chunk of mirror to use here. BRC, good block on the overhead as well, but unfortunately doesn't block the subsequent mix. Spinning dog kick yet again, sending RedIAmNot through the wall, but just not enough damage. And funnily enough, it feels like RedIAmNot is definitely still in the game, especially with something like this.
Set up the drone, go for the wild assault. The drone covers it, gets the JS, and Red is at set point. Love using the drone to cover the wild assault.
Right. And what's crazy too is that the white wall assault took away that burst just for enough time where Classified was locked out of burst for the rest of that round.
But Red got caught trying to press immediately after the burst there. Gotta know that it's a little too dangerous when you're up against Giovanna that close. 5H is a hell of a button. Oh my god, laser Oki, you gotta be kidding me.
Overhead after overhead after overhead, Classified. Gotta put a helmet on right there. Classified now, pixel of life. We can certainly make this comeback, but it's going to be difficult. Are we FDing? Yes, we are. Red RC to bait out a burst. Is the burst coming? Yep. The burst does come.
Skyfish. No Skyfish. Puts out the drone and tries to pull up the Skyfish. Classified saw it a mile away. And this is huge now for Classified, getting the burst and the round out of RedIAmNot, putting themselves into such a good position.
Okay, does connect there. Close slash. And ends the string yet again, backing up, giving RedIAmNot just a little bit of space, but getting a little too close as a 2K connects. Blocks the overhead this time. YRC gets himself out of that situation. 5P anti-air on RedIAmNot. Classified might be bringing us to a 2-2, but don't breathe easy just yet, because RedIAmNot can absolutely TOT Classified with a single good hit here. Gets the knockdown, sets up the drone, having to hold the drone. Classified going to take a little bit of chip damage, but spends the YRC right after that BT connects.
There's the 6P. Great call out there on the doggy arrow. Gets the JH and a conversion off it into the knockdown.
Classified doesn't have any meter.
Oh my goodness. Yep, hits the overhead, sets up the drone. Nowhere for you to run. Stuck in the corner. and gets the whiff punish with the overhead behemoth. Red gets the run back against Jack. Gear strives, sitting on his throne.
And it's going to be tough. I've seen RedIAmNot take resets, but I don't think it's very often that RedIAmNot has actually beaten Jack starting off on the loser side of Grand Finals. But I guess anything could happen tonight. We will see. Jack starting things off strong, getting that burst early from RedIAmNot as well, having to spend the drone and the Skyfish, so starting now at level 1 security cage and having to wait for that to recharge. Jack now going to be sending RedIAmNot through the wall, spending the meter to get the positive bonus and the knockdown, refilling the bullets, and re-establishing that pressure right afterwards.
Yeah, Jack already coming out screaming.
Yeah, I think RedIAmNot pressed 2P, traded with Jack right there. And yeah, there we go. That's going to be the first round going to Jack as we go straight into round number 2. RedIAmNot, however, gain that burst back immediately afterwards, spending the White Wall Assault too. Once again, like you said earlier in the previous sets, where it's like, what we want to do is we want to get that knockdown. That is the name of the game here. Get that knockdown, get started, and not let Happy Chaos get started like we're seeing right here, where now we're just overflowing with resources, and we're constantly playing at the ranges we want to be playing at, dictating the pace of the game.
Set up the drone there too, just to try and cover space, but gets immediately clocked by the J2K. And here comes the Deus Ex Machina. Is it going to come through the gust enough to kill?
I think it might.
Oh, it is for sure. And just like that, Jack taking the first game here of this grand final set.
Great showing from Jack to start us off. Going back to the lobby for just a moment here as we get ready for game number 2. RedIAmNot having to collect their thoughts as Jack once again takes the lead in this set. Yeah, and a lot of it does feel like it is decided by that round start, unless RedIAmNot can squeeze out a really good counter hit from being under the pressure of the barrel of Jack's gun. White Wall Assault, though, this right here is the premier round start you want to be seeing if you are Red. Seeing that White Wall Assault, stripping a little bit of that burst away from Jack, denying them the possibility of getting out of that corner easily. But just like that, Jack runs right on up and swaps sides, sending RedIAmNot through that same wall they just had their back up against.
Gonna go for the RP. Oh, tried to
outpace the laser.
Yeah, but unfortunately for Jack, Red was able to escape. Not only escape, but swap sides too, putting Jack into the corner. Harassment with the Behemoth Typhoon still has 50 tension too. There's the RC. What a challenge for the immediate burst. Red not willing to give up that pressure just yet, but Jack wants out, and out is where he's gonna go.
Oh no, not like this. Catching the backdash from RedIAmNot. And despite being so low on hold right there, RedIAmNot not able to close it out. Skyfish, that does give Jack an opportunity to set up the gun, but RedIAmNot wants to go for Skyfish yet again. 6P. Great anti-air there from Jack. That's going to be pushing RedIAmNot to the other side of the stage, sending him to the East Coast. And applying that curse as well. White Wall Assault just barely reaching there and getting that hit that we're looking for. RedIAmNot not able to get started, but we swap sides. Oh no. Oh no, we put ourselves in the corner.
Loved the use of the White Wall Assault there to actually just immediately reaction to Jack going into steady aim. That is actually an incredible adjustment here from RedIAmNot. Would like to see more of it in this set. First, we got to clear this round, got to stay alive, and that's not going to happen. Deus Ex Machina, Jack is moving on to game 3.
Yeah, the moment I saw RedIAmNot place themselves in the corner, it was like, oh no. Oh no. We could absolutely just not be there, and that was definitely not the position that RedIAmNot wanted to be in. As you can see right there, Exhibit A, Jack running away with the game after that side swap. And now Jack with a 2-0 lead. RedIAmNot has to win 3 rounds in a row just to even get a reset, just to even dream about taking this grand finals, because we're going to have to reset into another into another first to 3. So it's going to be quite rough. It's going to be quite the uphill battle here for RedIAmNot. Spending that burst early too is definitely rough, but we will be connecting with that Skyfish, and that's going to be very good at just closing that distance.
And Mouqui immediately. Jack just looking to try and close this out. Put another medal on the wall.
Okay, with that 6P, it does avoid that gunshot just barely. But Jack, I mean, is still in complete control. The fact that we can just play at any range against RedIAmNot when they're in the corner. Like, Jack can move all around the spot, or all around the place, and still establish pressure. But Jack going to get hit by that super. RedIAmNot getting that burst out of Jack. That it will be monumental, but now Jack just pulling up with the concentration super and just going to load RedIAmNot up with a little bit of a lead right there. Jack now on set point, on tournament point, 1 more round to go. RedIAmNot starting this one off with burst on the table. So that will be important, but you do use that on the Wild Assault and it does get blocked.
Saying Happy Chaos should be banned is funny, considering that Jack's the only Happy Chaos that's out here winning TNS. And Evo was just won by a Johnny. Uh-oh. Nice with the pickup. Straight into it. Burn down with the system. And RedIAmNot staying alive for another round here, showing some signs of life, but has no burst going to this, and Jack's about to get it back.
That's going to be the throw tech, and that's going to be the whiff punish as well. RedIAmNot getting sent to the wall. Jack granting themselves that early positive bonus. White Wall Assault coming in once again to deny a little bit of that burst, but Jack will be getting that burst back in time. Oh no, the heavy pushing RedIAmNot and forcing them to with the low.
That deep command roll to get the side swap was so clean from Jack. And look at this, just walking back, letting the positive bonus build the meter. And there it is, Jack. The Demon King reigns supreme. 3-0 victory on Guilty Gear Strive number 189.